guys, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to my channel. How is everyone doing tonight? Good afternoon, good evening, good fam. I hope we are doing well. Happy Tuesday. Thanks everyone. Thank you very much for stopping by. Astrowe salute to Astrowe salute. Welcome, welcome. How is your week going so far? I hope you are well. Very, very happy to be here. Thank you, everybody. Give us a thumbs up as you are coming in. Subscribe. It's my birthday. So I decided to hang out with you guys tonight very briefly so that we'll talk about this matter on ground, which one of our sisters here kindly brought it to our attention. Thank you so much, Treasure. I appreciate everybody. Chidima, how are you? Welcome. Gigi, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you, sis? Good evening. Life with Natu. Hello, daughter. Hope you're well. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's my birthday, guys. It's my birthday and I dance if I want to. I'm trying to, but I've not had a really nice day today. And I'll tell you why. My day has been pretty not. It didn't go as planned. Somebody ruined my day, basically. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Billionaire Jonesy, babe. Thank you. I appreciate you. D, how are you? Welcome. Thanks, everybody. Hassan, thank you for the birthday wishes. Honey, babe, you just crossed and entered the inner caucus of Obodo Farm. You are now in. You are in the circle. You are in the inner circles now. My accountability prefect. Oh, thank you so much, everyone. Gigi, I see you. I salute you. Thank you so much. I've had a really shitty day. I'm not gonna lie. You can see I wanted to cancel. I wanted to cancel the show, but that one was the one that encouraged me. Was like, just it's your birthday. You've already planned that you're gonna hang out with your fans. Just go ahead. I say, you know what? I don't feel like it because I don't like to come online when I'm not feeling, my best. Like if I'm not happy, and I'm not feeling happy today, and it's because of a troll. Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything about it. I was just going to let it go. Usually, when you put yourself in this place, Ruth Richardson, thank you so much. Thank you, Vanessa. Welcome. When you're a public figure, influencer, YouTuber, whatever, anytime you're in a public space, people always feel like they have the right to come and troll you and talk to you anyhow, say whatever they like and go away. And, I just want to use this. I don't really want to dwell on it, but I feel like I have to say something because this thing, for some reason, has really troubled me throughout today. Usually, I would just delete and block. I think I was discussing with Ola a few days ago. The number of people I've blocked since I've been on YouTube is uncount. I can't even count. I don't waste time because I just feel like if you're going to come to my personal space, even though it's a virtual world, and you want to come and, say things, you don't know me, you've never even met me before, and you just want to come and say these really horrible things. And sometimes I wonder, I don't think there's anybody that is happy in their real life that go about trolling people. I don't think so. I've never seen it that somebody, you have a happy life and you go around trolling people. Mm-mm, mm-mm. It's very difficult to see people who are happy. People, some men that see Obodoyibo TV, they tell their wives or their girlfriends or the women in their life, don't watch that woman. They have a problem with me. And I understand that, honestly. Oh my God, thank you so much. I love you too. Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, don't get me wrong, the love is always real on Obodo Farm. I do appreciate all your love and support over the years. I've been on YouTube for 6 years. It's not a joke. And I think I'm beginning to get tired. I am getting tired. Honestly, I am just getting tired of it all. Because people can easily say, oh, don't worry, and ignore them. But it's you're not in my position, so you don't know what it feels like for people to be coming for you. People who don't know you. Like I said, if it's a man, men usually, you know, well, if it's a man, I will understand why they are even, why they are unhappy. I will understand. And I don't take it to her because I feel like it's just a misunderstanding. Especially men who always say, oh, you're always teaching women how to live their marriage. I feel like they've misunderstood me, because if you understand me, you will know that I am all for marriage, and I'm not trying to take any woman out of her husband's house. All I stand against is any form of domestic, any kind of abuse is what I'm against. So if you're not a Mongo Park, you don't have any abusive behavior, then I don't have a problem with you. But when women come for you, a fellow woman, a fellow gender, and it just made me reflect that when I was a kid, yeah, when I was growing up, I said it once on this channel that I wanted to be a man. I wanted to be a boy. It's not just the fact that, I grew up in Nigeria and I saw how my brothers had, they had pass for everything, and they didn't get to do any of the house chores. They didn't get to do nothing. They were just given a pass, and we the girls had it more tougher. That's not part. That's part of it. But the main reason is because I saw how men form friendship. So they quarrel, they fight. Of course they do. But I realized that men don't usually. Their friendship is more genuine. They like one another. They actually like one another. They don't carry all these baggages that women carry around, envy, jealousy, so much hate. No. Even when men disagree or they fight, they don't hold it. Before you know, they shake hands and they move on. But you see, my gender, we are the main people that. So I did a video yesterday. Thank you everybody for the birthday wishes. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to talk about this because it's just something that has just it changed my day. And some people can say, why do you allow it to get to you? Why do you allow it to get to you? But you are not in my shoes. You don't know what I see every day. They don't usually come when we are doing the live stream. A lot of them don't come when we are doing the live stream. But let's finish the video. You don't know what I get, what I see. Some YouTubers is so bad that they don't even read comments anymore because of the negativity, the hate. It's too much. And I'm wondering, why are human beings like this? Did your mother not love you? What happened to you? Why do people feel like it is okay for them to come to another person's platform and leave such negative comments? You just bash the other person and you walk away. Don't you know it's another human being that is going to read it? And you don't care the impact it's going to have on that person? So I've had it all in the 6 years I've been here. They come, shade me for wearing wigs. Why don't you wear your natural hair? Why is it that African women don't dress like African women? I mean, how can a grown-up person, you're a grown-up woman, or you're a grown-up adult, and you think you have the right to tell another grown-up adult, if there's anything like grown-up adults, an adult like yourself, how to dress themselves? Where does that come from? So you like your natural hair, and I don't like natural hair, or I don't feel like it's my style. I decide to wear wigs. How does that bother you? How does it affect your life? How does that affect your life? I don't understand. You wear makeup. Oh, it's a problem. Why do you wear so much makeup? Oh, why do you have to wear so much makeup? Oh, your makeup is too light. Your makeup is too dark. Oh, you are a dark-skinned woman. They will have something to nag you about, to troll you about. Then, oh, which one have I not heard? Some will come and say, oh, you are bleaching. You are a black woman. You are bleaching. Do you know me in real life? So I do different videos. We do live show sometimes. the lighting or my makeup. Maybe I don't know. I'm not a makeup artist. If you want to watch people that do makeup, why don't you go to makeup channel? I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not a professional. So sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't get it. How does that affect your life? That's what I want to ask my women, my fellow gender. How does that affect you? Why do you feel comfortable? And these people are always Christians. This is a Christian now that did this to me today. So yesterday I posted a video, a very short video, because I was resting and I just wanted to drop, that video about that woman they said was chasing her husband in a car. It was a short video. I was just lying on my bed. Obviously, it was a filter. Anybody that uses Snapchat will know that that's a Snapchat filter that I use. And this woman came on my comment section. I've decided to hide her, just cover her face, because it's not about shading her or putting her out there, but I wanted her to understand how she made me feel today when I'm celebrating my birthday. This morning, I went to read the comments as I was at work. I started to look at the comments, and this is what this woman left for me. This is what she left in my comment section. She said her name is Mamizi. Mamizi, I don't know what country she's from. I did watch a few of her videos. But you see the funny thing, she's a YouTuber as well. A fellow YouTuber. This is what she said in her comment section. She said her name is Mamizi's Honesty. And she said, what happened to this bleachy auntie? You were almost white the last time I saw you. Now you look very dark. First of all, I've never been white. My color has remained the same. And if you claim to be a YouTuber or you claim to be a content creator, you have so many videos on your channel. Don't you understand how lighting works? Sometimes you have so much lighting, your picture will probably look so, maybe it's makeup. So bloody what? Why does that bother you? See, I don't want to. I said, because I had an agreement with that word that I'm never ever going to get into any. I won't get into any confrontation or anybody to do YouTube drama anymore. But when you sit your own they will not allow you to rest. So being a YouTuber, this lady that claims to be a YouTuber, she should understand what it means to be out there and people trolling you daily. And I thought she would have a bit more empathy for where she came for me and said that you can never run from who you are. What am I running from? What did I tell you I'm running from? I've always been myself. I've been consistent. So for 6 years, I have been consistent. I've never ever changed. And then she goes on to say, spread the awareness to other Nigerians, Christian, in quotes. Can you see that? Other Nigerians, Christian. She's not a Nigerian, no, but most of her content is Nigerian. So these are some of the women who feel like because they rock natural hair or they carry natural hair, I'm not coming for you for carrying your natural hair. It is your choice. Why do you feel like you have to police my hair? Why do you feel that you have to police my makeup? Why do you feel like you have to police my presentation? The way I choose to present myself is my choice. And as far as I know, it is not against the law. I've not broken any rules of God or rule of nature or rule of the land. What is your problem? And then she put that Christian in quote to shade me that I'm not a Christian. But I want to say something to you. Yeah. The first thing you should know as a Christian is that anything that you are doing that is not led by love, you already sinned. I don't see love in the comment that you left for me, Mamuzie. There is no love in it. You came with judgment and condemnation to shame me, to put me down. What have I done to you? I sit down on my own, jejeje. You carry your left leg on my channel. What is this? Where is the bleaching? Where is the bleaching head by me? Do I need to go naked to show you people that I'm not bleaching? What is this? Even if I was bleaching, how does that affect your life? The people that know me in real life, they've seen me. I'm not even light-skinned. My color is more like a lighter shade of chocolate. I'm not even light skinned. And then she said that I should spread the awareness to other Nigerian Christian ladies that bleach and wear unhuman, unhuman hair. That's on live hair. People that are deleted, that's deleted people's hair. You see? And then she ended it by saying, "You look beautiful and younger." Just because I posted a picture where I was wearing a bonnet on my bed. Look at this woman. If I come for her now, people will say, "Ah, Obodoyibo, Auntie B, don't do this, don't do this." Because I went through her channel. I went through her channel. I saw she's a YouTuber. She's got tons of videos on her channel. And if I want to say something, I have quite a lot to say about her. But you know what? I just decided to say this because I just wanted to put it out there to know that when you are leaving that comment, remember there is somebody else that you are leaving it for. Always think about how it's going to impact on the other person. If I choose not to do my hair like yours, what is the big deal? I didn't tell you that you must wear human hair. I didn't tell you to wear wigs. Why do you feel like you have the right to tell me what to wear or how to dress myself? Why? And you claim to be a Christian? You need to go and repent. And you spoiled my day today. If you are watching this, you have spoiled my day today. But I pray that God will forgive you. I pray that God will forgive you, because if I want to come for you, if I want to come for you, you will not be able to stand. That's me. Because when you come for me, I can come for you too. But I choose not to. But I just wanted to say this, to say, women, you guys need to stop this. Enough is enough. I stay here all day. I receive so much bashing from Mongo Park because I advocate for you. I'm always I'm always in the team of women rooting for you. I collect all sorts of water on this platform because of you women. People always say I'm taking your side. I don't look at it from the male's perspective. I'm all woman, 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 woman. Yes, I'm a woman. Yet, some of you will still have the audacity to come and be throwing shade and vomiting rubbish in my comment section. Why? Why do you feel that you have the right to do that? Well, I hope you are happy. I hope you're happy, you Christian woman, because you don't wear wigs, you don't wear makeup. You feel that's what qualifies you for heaven, right? But there will be surprises that day, oh, because God does not look at the outward appearance. It is the heart that God looks at. And I know that my heart is pure. I know I have love for my fellow women. I know I have love for humanity. And you've made my day miserable today. But I pray that God will forgive you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. I needed to say that. Yeah, because it's easy for people to say, "Oh, just ignore, ignore." But you are not in my position. You are not on social media every day. You don't know what I see. If people keep coming for you, I'm only one person. I'm a woman, I have emotions, I have feelings. And you have all these plenty people coming for you day in, day out. It is tiring. So sometimes I ask myself, why am I even doing this? I don't need this. So I feel like I know people want to help, but when you say ignore, ignore, you are not helping me because you are not in my shoes. Anyway, thank you everybody. Thanks for your support. And I needed to say that. It's okay. Thanks everyone. Let's get on with the show. So tonight is not about, I just needed to address that because the kind of person I am, when I have something in my heart, until I say it, I have to always, address things. I need to address something so that, I'll feel better. So yeah, thanks for that. I needed to just address that. Bumi, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Mm, yeah. Thank you everybody over the farm. I appreciate you. So today we want to talk about, an incident that happened in the US, right? So there is a doctor who is, you guys know her. She's an obodo farm here. She's a medical doctor in the US. She was the one that brought it to our attention yesterday. And she's very passionate about this. So she's the one that is going to speak, not me. Thank you so much. It's my birthday, but you know what? I just give glory to God. I just woke up this morning and I'm an orphan. I haven't got parents for a very long time. I started missing my mom. I was really, really missing my mom. So I was already feeling vulnerable in a way. I think that's why this thing really affected me so much. Because usually I would just delete and go. And the fact that she's a YouTuber as well. And she should know what it means. Yeah, it's hard though. It's very, very hard. It's hard. Sometimes I want to just call it a day and say, you know what, F it, I'm not doing again. Let me lead to YouTube for you guys. Make arrests. Before when I go take people go scatter my mental health. My mental health is important to me. I have a family that I need to look after. So I need to protect myself. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Gora's Corner. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. So Dr. Mira wanted us to discuss about people who work in the medical care. Oh, Romari TV, thank you. She said, have a glass of margarita on me. Happy birthday, in-law. Thank you. Thank you so much. That is the reason why I'm here today. I wouldn't have come. Honestly, I was like, you know what, I'm going to cancel this show. I'm not doing show today. I just want to stay on my bed and miss my mom in peace. D, thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Thank you. It's hard though. I'm not going to lie. It's very, very hard. But it is well. Thank you. It's not for the faint-hearted. I'm telling you, YouTube is not for the faint-hearted. I consider myself a strong person, but even the strongest person we all have our breaking point. We all have a point where we are like, you know what? No, I don't need this. I don't need it. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. So let me quickly share that. Let me share what Dr. Mira said. So it's about people who work in healthcare, especially in the diaspora. And she's going to narrate the story by herself about a nurse who works in emergency, what they call it, A&E, and she deleted suddenly. So she's recorded a voice note to speak to you guys because she's not here. But she's the one that knows this person and she's telling the story. So I'm just going to play it so that we can listen. Thank you so much, everyone, for the super chat. I really, really appreciate. Thank you. Thank you, Lydia. Thank you, Choma. God bless you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting me. God bless you. So let me play what Dr. Mira had to say. My this thing is on the screen. I think somebody asked me earlier on what my cash app is. It's on the screen. Thank you, Bola. Thank you. Let me play the video so that you can see and listen to her and hear what she had to say about this lady that unfortunately just on life overnight there's a lot of lessons on this. So let's listen to her.
Hello, my name is Dr. Omarine. I'm an ER physician in Texas, and I'm here to encourage those of us who work in the medical field to take better care of ourselves. So, if you work in the medical field or you know someone who works in the medical field, this message is for them, especially those of us who do shift work. So, this applies to those who work in nursing homes, rehab facilities, you may even be working in somebody's home or in the hospital. This is a story that happened 2 days ago. So it just happened last week. I am going to tell you the story, and then I'm going to give you just a few suggestions on how you can take the lessons from this story and apply them to your life. Because my goal here is just to encourage all of us to take better care of ourselves. We give a lot to the medical field. So let us not take care of others and not take care of ourselves. So I'm going to call this lady Jane. Jane is a lady who is in her early 50s, and I've worked with her at the hospital for a few months. She has been in the hospital for, I mean, in the medical field, been a nurse for over 30 years. The hospital that we work in, the emergency room is very busy, and the patients are quite sick. They have a lot of medical problems. It is not uncommon to have a night where you have so many sick patients that you don't even have the time to sit down and eat anything. It is not uncommon to have patients who code, which means that they lose their pulse and have to be on life support or have to be emergently flown out to other bigger centers or have to be admitted in the ICU. So this is quite a busy hospital.
So, guys, please follow this the narration here. So, Dr. Mira is the one narrating the story. She's an Obodo here. She works in hospital A&E, we call it here. I think, I don't know what you guys call it in America. That's the emergency room. And she says she knows this lady, right? She's a nurse and she's a charge nurse. And Jane, she called her Jane, not her real name. But she said that they've been working together for some time. She's in her 50s, right? Is going somewhere. I want you to pay attention because I think this is really, really important. E and R, you guys call it. Okay. You call it E and R. Okay. Thank you for that. Honey babe, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. God bless you for the super chats. Okay. Let's carry on.
I worked with Jane on Thursday night. So our shift starts at 7 p.m., ends at 7 a.m. in the morning. So I worked with her Thursday night, Friday night. And then on Saturday night, I came in and the first thing I asked was, "Where is Jane?" Because Jane is the charge nurse, which means she's in charge of all the other nurses. And they said, "Well, Jane called in, they've called her, they've texted her, they didn't reach her." Come to find out, 2 hours later, her son calls us and says Jane, she had gone shopping with someone, and they were in the store. She fainted, and they called the ambulance. They tried to resuscitate her. They even flew her to a different hospital. They didn't get her back.
She didn't make it back.
Jane was a very hardworking nurse.
Hmm.
She used to work, her standard was to work 6 days a week and have 1 day off. And a lot of times in this hospital, because the patients are so sick, they used to have shortage of nurses. So they will ask her to do extra shifts. And so it wasn't uncommon for Jane to work, in addition to the 6 days a week that she always does, she will work sometimes 10 days in a row, be off for 1 day, 12 days in a row, and be off for 1 day.
Okay. I feel like I have to say something here, guys. Thank you so much for all this super chat. Oh my God. I feel so blessed. Ruth, thank you. Oba. Thank you, ZS. All of you. I'm so grateful. God bless you. Thank you so much. So she said that Jane, this lady in her early 50s, was working in she worked standard, she worked 6 days. But because the world is so busy and there's always overtime, that she tends to do 12 days. She'll do 12 days in a row and then 1 day off. She'll do 10 days in a row, 1 day off. So she was basically working 12 hours shift. Okay, multiply the hours. 12 hours times 12 days. How many hours is that, my people? Oh my God. Adana, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate. God bless you. Oh my God, darling. You are so kind. Thank you, everyone. Wow.
And we will always talk with her. We started talking to her saying, "Hey, Jane, please slow down."
Hmm.
But she had a project that she was trying to save money for in November.
Hmm. Can you hear that? She was trying to save money for a project in November. This is very common now. Come on now. We are Africans now. We always have projects, especially Nigerians. All over Africa, people have projects. And the thing that makes it even so pressing for a lot of diasporans, is exactly, Junior, you just mentioned it. You are overworking because you have projects here in the abroad, you have projects in Nigeria, you have projects in Africa. That is it. It's double. It's like you are trying to live two lives, or you are trying to maintain two lifestyle. So you have to work harder. 12 days of working and 1 day off. My people, 12-hour shift every day. You will come home, there are other things to do. You can't just come home and go straight to bed. Oh my God. They told her to slow down. She said she was saving up for a project in November. My people, chai, this is so sad. I no go lie. Okay, let Dr. Marian continue.
So she said, you know what? She used to tell us, don't worry. I am working hard because I have this project in November.
Hmm.
Once I'm done with this project, I will stop. I'll take a long vacation, then I will stop working this hard.
Hmm.
But unfortunately, she did not make it.
Oh, my people, chai. I don't even know how I felt when I listened to this yesterday. Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you. Oyebola, thank you for the super chat. God bless you. Jane said that she has a project. She wants to complete the project. So she was working longer hours. You know what I was thinking today when I was reflecting on this show? I was thinking that, how we used to have these discussions here, and we say, why is it that some Nigerian men who come from Nigeria, especially the older generation, they don't like going to do nothing? Why? Do you know why? All this healthcare work, nursing, and all the other ones is because of the stress. It's too much stress. Our uncles don't like stress like that. It's too much stress. They can't handle the stress. A lot of people cannot handle it. But women, we have this kind of inner strength. God has given us so much, strength and ability. Not that we are physically strong, but, we have mental strength. We are strong in a way that we can, multitask and do so many things. Julie, thank you. But the question you need to ask yourself is that, what is the point of all these projects that you are working yourself so hard for, when in your body you are deleting small, 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 small? What is the point? What is the point? The question I want a lot of people to ask themselves tonight, mostly because the show is about people who work in healthcare, and she's going to mention the category. Yeah. What is the point of making this money when you can't even enjoy it? Because a lot of people are making money, especially in the case of Jane now that we're talking about. The project she's talking about now, she's never going to enjoy it. She's gone, unfortunately. So what is it? Mo, thank you so much. My goodness. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Sycamore, let me show. I'll put the details. You can do what's it called? Just do Cash App. Cash App is even better because YouTube always take a lot from that super chat. But it's okay, whatever you're comfortable with. Let's
This
go
is
on.
not the first time that this has happened.
Mhm.
This is not the second time. All the nurses who are listening to me, all the doctors who are listening to me, everybody who works as an LVN, a CNA, care workers who do shift works, you are aware of these stories. But why don't we make the changes? So permit me to just give you three things that I have noticed as a problem. And I will just permit me to give you three simple solutions. The first issue that I've seen is number one, procrastination. Procrastination. I'm talking to you and I'm talking to myself. You see, a few years ago, I myself, Dr. Omarine, I almost had an accident. Why? I was working a lot and I almost fell asleep at the wheel. When that happened to me, I woke up And I started implementing changes in my life. I
Hmm.
started going to see my doctor. I started getting my routine checks. I started exercising. I started drinking water. I stopped procrastinating. The reason why we procrastinate is because we are busy. We are mothers, we are fathers, we have so many things pulling us from so many areas. But if you do not have a body that works for you, if you don't have a strong, healthy body, then and you continue to break down that body, then it's just a matter of time for that body to stop working for you. So, the solution I want to propose to you today is if you are listening to this information and you know you need to take better care of yourself, maybe you need to see your doctor, maybe you need to get a mammogram, maybe you need to drink more water, maybe you need to exercise. Pause the program and go and do something small. Do it today and do it now. If you know you need to drink more water, pause this program, go and drink a glass of water. If you know you need to exercise, pause the program and do 3 jumps. You have exercise or walking place. Don't hurt your knees. Walking place for 1 minute. Problem number one is procrastination, and the solution is do it today, do it now. Problem number two is this: we do not prioritize our health. Why don't we prioritize our health? Because we feel fine. We feel fine. Jane has been a nurse for over 30 years.
Hmm.
So, of course, she is aware of the signs of, something wrong in her body. So, why didn't she seek help? That's because there are a lot of silent. You may have something brewing underneath. There are a lot of people who come into the emergency room with with very, very high blood sugars, very, very high blood pressures, and they do not even know that they had hypertension. They did not know.
Hmm.
So start prioritizing your health. I started prioritizing my health for the sake of my kids. So the problem number two, I said problem number one was procrastination.
Let me say something about that. I last year I said something to you guys about this high blood pressure thing, hypertension. I was making a joke about it, and I said that my brother was here, a 70-year-old man, oh. And I took him for a checkup. I took him to my GP, and I wanted him to do blood tests, do all the tests and everything. As a matter of fact, he had surgery here. While he was here, he had eye surgery because when he came, he had problems with his eyes. Oh, long story. But anyway, I took him to the hospital and they said he needed surgery now. Now, my people. And so surgery. And so they do surgery, which I'm paying for it now. But the point is that this hypertension that she's talking about here is something that we as black people we are very susceptible to it, right? And when my brother was here last year, I remember having this conversation with him. And when we went to the GP, they asked him, any health, anything they ask him, we say, no, I don't have it. I don't have it. I don't have it. I was laughing. I said, brother, what are you talking about? He said, no, I don't have it. Then he went to the hospital. When they were going to do the surgery for his eyes, because they said that he had some dislocation in the eye and everything. Now, eye test, it takes start. We just went to eye test. I said, he wasn't seeing properly. I said, let's go and check your eyes out. We got there and they couldn't see his eyes. They didn't see the back of his eyes. So they sent us to A&E immediately. When we got to A&E, the whole thing escalated within 2 days. They say he has to do surgery. So the point I'm trying to make with all this is that a lot of us have issues, medical histories that we don't know or we choose not to recognize. Okay, guys, you're not liking this show. This is a life-saving show. Please give us a thumbs up, and it's my birthday. If you're not giving me super chat, at least give me a like. Thank you so much, Romari. Thank you. Yeah. So you need to know, even if you don't know, because I know that some of our parents didn't hold their record. It's not like here where you have the history of your forefathers. Everything is on ground. Because sometimes when you go to the doctor, they will ask you any history of kidney disease, any history of this. Some of us don't know. We don't. So, especially men and some women too, please, you need to go check. See, and you see, Dr. Miriam was saying about the silent things that are buying black people. One of the silent things that buy black people is hypertension. Hmm? Hypertension is a silent thing. It's silent. There's no symptom for it. There's no symptom. So please, if you've never checked your blood pressure before, go and do it. Go and do it. There will always be money to be made. This money matter no dey finish. We don dey chase and we will continue to dey chase money. That's just life. Project no dey finish. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run, I'm begging you. You need to go and check your blood pressure. And there are treatments. I've seen people that are 90 something years old and they've been hypertensive all their life. Simple medication. Simple medication can regulate their blood pressure in a way that it will not be fatal. But we know they check. Black people know they check. We are too busy. Who go shift for us? Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run. Jay, no, don't finish now. Yeah. You know, don't finish, unfortunately. Yes. Romari TV said, self-care is so important. Don't keep putting it off until you accumulate a lot of time off. Sleep well, eat well, exercise, visit your doctors frequently, even if you have only a headache. Exactly. You guys in America, you pay for health insurance. What are you doing with the health insurance? You pay for it, but you don't go. Eh? Hypertension can lead to so many things in the body, including stroke, kidney failure, heart attack, name it. I think you know how. I think that blood pressure is the thing that is the cocoa, is the thing that it regulates your body to determine whether you will live or die. Temiti, what did you say? UK Nigeria doctors call it farming. We sabi do extra shift, locum. Yeah, it's okay to do extra shift, but putting your health at risk.
And the solution was do it now.
Okay.
Problem number 2 is not prioritizing our health. And the solution is do it for someone else. We tend to prioritize others more than ourselves. When I had my almost car accident, I thought about my 3 small kids and I changed immediately. So if you're not going to make these changes today for yourself, think about your children. Think about what their life or whoever it is that depends on you, or your potential life in the future. I know not everybody has kids, but think about how your life will change if something really bad were to happen to you. This lady, her son now doesn't have a mother, and this project that she was trying to do in November, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen to the project, but was it really worth it?
Other people will enjoy
Was
it.
it really worth it?
Other people.
And the third problem that I've noticed is this: we do not personalize it. So you may be listening to this information and you say, well, this is so sad. This is a sad story.
God forbid.
But you think that, okay, it could happen to others. It will not happen to you. This is not in our family. It is not in our bloodline.
It's witches
God
in my
forbid.
village.
You are a human being.
Of course.
And these things happen to anybody. It happens to anybody. So the problems are we procrastinate, we do not prioritize, and we do not personalize it. It could just be because you're not caring for yourself properly. I hope that this information helps someone out there. Again, you and I, as physicians, as nurses, as CNAs, as LVNs, should take better care of ourselves. And in this audio, I just want to give you some practical things. And this really applies field who are in the diaspora. Practical things. And this really applies more to women who are in the diaspora, African women who are in the medical field, who are in the diaspora. One of the issues I've found is this. I mentioned in the previous video that we procrastinate. And the reason we procrastinate is because we're so busy. Why are we so busy? Well, most of the time, nurses, physicians, pharmacists, LVNs, CNAs, all the workers in the medical field, we work 12 hours a day most of the time, or sometimes 8 hours a day if you're working in the clinic. And then what do you do when you come back home? You're taking care of kids, you're taking care of the house, you're cooking. So you're basically doing two full-time jobs. A lot of our African medical people, women, have nannies, but they have those nannies only when they're at work. So what that means is that you don't really get a break. You come back home and you continue. So my first recommendation is this. Number one, you may have to sacrifice some of that money. Some of that money that you're making, you may want to sacrifice some of it to get someone to help you in the house, even when you're in the house. I have gotten comfortable with someone in the house watching my children and I am sleeping. I have gotten comfortable with someone coming to help me with chores in the house. I've gotten comfortable. I have had a lot of the women I talk to, they do not have any kind of help because there's always a financial reason for it. But my dear, we are the same people who do befitting burials. We are the same people who spend tons of money on parties and events. So for me, I have become unapologetic about hiring help in the United States to come and help me with chores like laundry, like cooking, like cleaning of the home. And this is not just because I'm a doctor. Some people say, well, it's just because you're a doctor, you have the funds. No, remember that a lot of times the more money you make, the more things you have to do with it, the more that is required of you. I do it as a sacrifice, not even as a sacrifice. I do it as an investment in my mental and emotional health. So, one of the reasons why we procrastinate and we don't have time is because we don't invest in help. Invest in help, regardless of how much you make. I'm telling you, my dear sister, if you look at what you spend on food that sometimes we throw away in the USA, if you look at how much you're sending home for a house that you may never even live in, for people who may be even taking the money and doing what's what, I don't want to go there. But you could be investing that money in getting people to help you with those practical things that suck your energy. The I made a decision a few years ago, and my decision was that if I can get someone to do it for me, I am not going to do it. Call me lazy, call me whatever you want to call me, but this is an investment in my emotional and mental health. Because as my children grow older, I have to take care of them. A lot of our African women in and out of the medical field are so exhausted because you have so much to do. You work all day long. You come home, you do so many chores. You have to go to the grocery store. You have to go here, go there, do all these commitments. And then you don't even have time to raise your children on or teach your children or be there for your children or just sit with your children. You're shouting, you're screaming because you're tired. So my sisters, I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself as well. Get help in America. Invest in help in America. It's an investment in your mental health for practical things like laundry, cooking, cleaning of the house, grocery shopping, and invest. And you don't only have to get those things when you are off and when you are working in the hospital. Get those things when you are off, when you are at home, when you are at home as well. Number two, I made the decision that I must have a certain number of days a week off. So I must have a day off to myself. No housework, nothing else. No housework, no kids, no catching up with anything. Because what tends to happen is this: we work Monday through Friday. Saturday, we spend the whole morning cooking, 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 cleaning, cleaning, cleaning. Then we go to meetings and parties and events in the evening. And then on Sundays, we go to church. And then after church, we do this and do this and do so many things. When do you care for yourself? When do you care for yourself? I've seen a lot of women who the only time they really even look put together is when they're going to church or they're at or they're going to an event, because you're basically working 7 days a week. You're working all day at work, you're working all day at home, and then you're keeping up with social events. So one practical thing you can do is make sure you have one day off for yourself, nobody else. Nobody else. So the first suggestion was get help. Get help, invest in help, no matter what your paycheck says. Number two, have a day off to yourself. And then number three is something that I learned from a businessman. A businessman said this at a seminar that I went to, and it really changed my life. He said, stop making goals, have standards. If I tell you that my goal is to brush my teeth in the morning, or I tell you that my goal is to feed my children in the morning, or to feed my children, what am I saying? I'm saying that it's an option. I'm saying that, well, if I wake up and I don't feel like brushing my teeth, I may not brush my teeth. I'm saying that if I don't feel like, feeding my children, or if something happens, I may not feed my children. But if I say my standard is to brush my teeth in the morning, my standard is my children shall have a good meal in the morning, then it means that it is going to happen regardless. And again, I'm talking to those who are in the diaspora. So make taking care of yourself a standard, not a goal, because standards don't change. Goals can change based on how you feel. I hope this helps somebody. Thank you so much for listening.
All right, guys. So that was Dr. Miran. Larry, thank you so much for that super chat. Really appreciate you. God bless you. Dikbo, is that you? Oh, these are no, that's not Dikbo. That Dikbo is just Dikbo. This is Larry Dikbo. By the way, Dikbo didn't give me that super chat. I'm waiting for him. If I catch him. Oh my God. Thank you, everybody. So that was Dr. Imran here, who lives in Texas, giving out much needed advice to our brothers and sisters, uncles and aunties who work crazy hours, crazy hours. Somebody said I should cut it out and they will send it to their mom. It's actually on YouTube. I just muted. I put it on unlisted, but I will release it after the show, so you can send only what she said without this whole long show. You can even download it. I don't care. Send it and keep sending it, because it's about, we're here to save people from themselves. This dollar, this pound, euro, where would they find so? They finish, we'll continue to find out more. But are you taking care of yourself? So my question to you is, who is taking care of you that is taking care of other people? I hear people saying they do all these hours. People work 80 hours a week, 60 hours a week, 100 hours a week. Kilo day, awani koni. Now only us, which one are they fine? People need to take it easy. Oh. All these hours equals to less resting time, less sleep, less self-care, and plenty stress. Plenty stress equals to, like Dr. Miran said, silent things that can buy somebody. At the end of the day, if you buy all these projects, Oh, thank you, Dickbo. Thank you, Larry Dickbo. You're a female. Oh, thank you. I knew. Why your name can't resemble man? Oh, Larry Dickbo. Hey, yeah, thank you. Thank you. I know. God bless you. Okay, let's take some calls now. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope people are going to listen. Oh, to be honest, I have a lot to say about this matter, because I've always preached self-care. When I mention it here on the show that I outsource cooking, because Nigerian food takes too long to cook, and I can't come and by myself. People said, "Oh, you are lazy." People were, I say, see, if people tell you something, now you gonna know now you know what you can deal with. You are lazy. Me, I'm lazy. I'm lazy. Okay, that's your opinion. It's not a fact. I know the fact of my situation. My husband understands it. He doesn't care. As long as there's food, I have standard caterers that will order jollof rice, order fried rice, order this, order this. So as long as there's food, you need to do what works for you. Self-care is very, very important. So I take myself up and I travel just to release some stress. I'll go to the spa. I'll take care of my, and we all need to do that. All this project kill wahala ló bá dé. I'm not para yín o. More than no go delete because of project o. Project no dey finish o. Mhm. All right, Amaka, how are you, love? Your camera is on. Do you want to show yourself? Cause put your camera out before I bring you up. Yeah. Okay. While you are trying to figure it out, let me go to Amoyem. I know Amoyem is you work in the healthcare, don't you?
Yes, I do, Auntie B. Happy birthday, beautiful woman. I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. I'm
Thank
wishing
you.
everything good for you, everything wonderful. And for those
Amen.
ugly people that have nothing good to say, they know where to put it. They know where to put it. Let's just leave it like that.
Thank you. Thank
Happy
you.
birthday. I really want to thank the doctor for what the doctor talked about. And I always tell people, Nigerians and Filipinos, they fight for hours
Hey,
at work. They literally fight for hours. And for those ones that don't do overtime, you're like, what's wrong with you? You didn't pick up any extra. You're like, why would I pick up any extra shift? Come on. Okay. Um, my neighbor, this was 2 months ago. She had a stroke. She's a
hmm,
Nigerian,
hmm,
and she was the only one working. She's a
hmm.
nurse. She's been a nurse close to 25 years here. She has 2 kids. Her mother lived with her. As I'm talking to you right now, she can't work anymore. Her
Hey,
mom had to go back to Nigeria.
hey,
I don't think I saw her at home. I think the only time I saw her was when we we're parking. She's going to work, going to
hey.
work, going to,
Always going,
yeah.
going, going.
And I look at the kids now and I'm just like, what's going to happen to these kids? Yes,
How?
she's going to be on disability, but disability is not going to pay your rent, especially if you live in a place like California. It's
Who
not going to
cares
pay
about
your rent.
disability? It's about
Yes,
the quality of
yes.
life she's going to have going forward.
Oh, Auntie B, trust me. She's not home yet. She's still in the hospital. She's not
Oh
home yet.
my God.
She's not home yet.
About
And
what age range is this woman?
she's 55. She's 55.
Hey.
She's 55. She's the one, Emma, you know they walk. I said, Mama, walk. I don't like walk. Oh. Me, I like to pass anything. This is where I come now to enjoy. I don't come walk. Oh. You understand? So it really hurts me that you leave Nigeria, you come to America, and the only thing you do is work, 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 work. At the end of the day, she's in the ICU right now. She's in the
Hey.
ICU. So please, everybody, whether you're in healthcare or any field, self care. This body does not have another one. If it goes, it goes. It's very important people know. If that body is gone, it is gone. If you're overweight, you look at Auntie B. Auntie B is giving us 51 and looking good.
51. Yeah, I am 51. Yeah, I am.
Fat is
Yes.
not a good thing. Fat is not a friend. Okay?
Hmm.
You understand?
Hmm.
Portion control, exercise, water. We need to stay healthy, not just for your family. You need to stay healthy for yourself. You need to
Deepa,
live for
oh
yourself.
yeah, well, let me cut you. Sorry. Deepa has decided. I think Deepa was listening because he promised to give me super chat the last time he didn't. So I was shading him, and then he decided to. Voila! Deepa said, Auntie B, let me make your day. Take your family out to dinner on me. Happy birthday from the public enemy number one. Your viewers don't like. Actually, actually, a lot of my viewers like you, Deepa. It's me you have issues with. Thank you so much. $200. Wow.
Ooh.
Deepa, you shake body. Oh. Olivia, you shake body. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Deepa. Now you are in my good books now. You know I like money. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. You are right. We need to prioritize our health and
Yes,
well-being. What
yes.
are they? What is your neighbor? Do you happen to know what she was doing with all that money, with all
Oh,
those hours?
she was building a house in Nigeria, and I think she's Igbo, and so she had a lot of commitments back at home. She had
No
a lot.
matter, it's always about projects back
Yeah,
home.
she
Not
had a
that it's
lot.
not good. It's okay to have projects, but my main you guys know the way I feel about these projects, right? So I don't even want to go there. It's a lot. It's a lot. Most of these houses. Okay, is your neighbor ever going to live in that house now in Nigeria?
Auntie B, for here now, apartment she they live now. Apartment. So I don't even understand what was going on with her.
She even try some for this UK, our UK now. Although we know they work, they're not to they get all those crazy hours there, like you guys in America. But I still know people who share houses and they are doing those two jobs just to build these houses. And I'm not saying don't build,
Wow.
but wouldn't you enjoy the life that you have now? Would you
Yeah.
put the life you have now on hold for the life that you are looking to? That is a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Oma. Yeah,
Thank
I
you, Auntie
appreciate
B. You
you and
have a
Daniel.
wonderful day. Make sure you use deeper money. Use them well. Use them
I
well.
will.
Love you. Love you.
Love
Bye.
you. Thank you so much, Oma. Yeah, so make I use Dickbo money. Man, use them well. Dickbo, $200. That's a big super chat. I appreciate that. I don't take that for granted. You are in my good books for a while. Olu, welcome, sis. How are you?
Hi, Auntie B.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Thank
This
you.
is
Thank you for all you do. We
thank
appreciate.
you.
And happy
Yeah,
birthday. Many more years in good health.
amen.
Abundance of God's blessings in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you. We love you and we appreciate you, even if we don't say it always.
Thank you.
So I just want to quickly jump on this and talk about my experience. And
Yeah,
probably one or two people will learn from what happened to me in the course of some few weeks back.
yeah.
I honestly 100% agree with everything that you played. We need to prioritize ourselves and our health. I
Mhm.
always say something that you cannot um, pour from an empty cup.
Yeah.
You have to take care of yourself first before you'll be able to take care of other people. And
Mhm.
another thing I want to add to everything that the lady said is that we should look at what we eat. We should take care, we should be mindful of our diet, and we should detox our body regularly. So what happened to me a couple of weeks ago was that it's about 2 or 3 weeks now. I just was driving out and I realized that I was having a pain in my left side of my chest. And
Yeah.
this pain will just come for like a minute or two, and I will
Mhm.
not be able to breathe deep, and it will now ease out, and then I'll feel fine. So I was
Yeah.
managing myself over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but by Monday morning, I realized that I could not sleep on my left side anymore. Anytime I turn to sleep on my left side, I will have this sharp pain, like a stabbing pain.
Right.
So I had to take myself into the urgent care, and they tested me, did series of tests, ECG, X-ray, everything, and the doctor came back to let me know that nothing was wrong with me. The
Right.
only thing was my BP was a little bit high, which
Mhm.
it has been like that, and I was, trying to monitor it so that it won't get so high. Even with my family doctor, we've been on it, monitoring it. But I wasn't feeling better. The only thing they could give me was Tylenol and send me back home. By Wednesday, I had to go to my family doctor again to tell her that I'm not feeling okay. One thing about me is if I'm not feeling fine, I will be on everybody's neck.
Good.
I'm not
Very good.
okay. My body, I'm feeling something in my body
Mhm.
and it's
Mhm.
not fine. So
Mhm.
I was there. She too, she checked me, and the only thing she could notice is that my BP is a bit high, just a bit on the high side. And she said,
Hmm.
okay, at this point, should we proceed on BP medication because we've been monitoring it for a while? And I
Why are
said
they
yes.
monitoring it without giving you medication, though? Why?
She said she doesn't want to place me on medication just anyhow because it's not like it's very, very high. It's just a bit high. But at that point, she said, since we've been monitoring it for a while, would you mind being on medication? I said, okay, I will be on the medication. And what I'm talking about was just last week, Wednesday. So I started
Yeah.
this medication.
Yeah.
And later in the evening on that day, I was speaking with my sister-in-law and I said, I feel like my tummy is big. And in fact, it feels so big that I had to do pregnancy test. And she said, drink green tea.
Mm-hmm.
That was it for me. I took a bag of green tea on Thursday morning and I was able to go to the toilet, and I took it on Friday morning again, and everything that was wrong with me reversed. Everything. I mean everything. I wasn't having pain in my chest anymore. I could sleep well with my chest.
So
My BP,
what do you think is responsible for that? Is it the green tea or the medication?
my digestive system was not working properly.
Right.
I had problem with my guts. My everything I was eating was not digesting properly. I was
So what's the
bloated. I didn't know. I didn't know that
okay.
I was bloated. I
Okay.
didn't
So
realize that the food was not digesting well.
right, the
I
lesson
didn't
you want
even
people to
have
take.
constipation. I was still
Mm,
going to the toilet, but I didn't realize that I was having constipation. But the green tea helped. It
mm,
detoxed me. It
mm.
detoxed my system, and every
Mhm.
toxins that was in my body that was working against my system reversed like almost immediately. I'm not joking with green tea anymore.
So the lesson you want to pass to people quickly now, because I have a lot of people who
Yes,
want to contribute.
is
Yeah.
that if you are feeling anything, and my BP came back to normal, that my
Right.
doctor had asked me to stop the medication.
Right.
Yes. So as we are taking care of ourselves, giving ourselves all the rest we need, we should also watch what we eat, and we should detox regularly. It's very important.
Absolutely. All
Thank
right.
you, Auntie B.
Thank you so much, Mr. Olu. I appreciate you. Honey babe, I'm coming to you now very quickly, everyone, because we've got so many people who've got something to say about this situation, because obviously it affects all of us diasporans. Our lifestyle here is quite heavy. The good thing about Africa, why I am going to retire to Nigeria by the grace of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, is that there is help. If that one alone is enough, there is help. I keep telling you guys, I don't want to be 70 years old and I'm carrying shopping trolley when I can cross my leg and be doing madam in Nigeria. I'm not doing it. No. Nigeria, you have help. There's help everywhere. Things, but here you are, it's you. It's too much for one person. And if you are a single parent or you don't have a supportive partner, then the wahala is just too much. Those hours that you guys are doing, please, oh, I know we all need this money, but at what is the risk that you are putting yourself in? Is this money going to be useful for you? Like Amo Yemen that just told us now that the neighbor had a stroke because of building house in Nigeria, or what Dr. Meren. These are real life situations. I'm not telling you about hypothetical, generalized. No, real life. This Jane, who just deleted now because of project November. You see life, Ọlọ́run jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run. Let's just beg God for mercy. And we need to also be kind to ourselves. November, she said, I have a project. After November, I will rest. I will take a long vacation. Until no reach November. Oh. She not reach November. Oh. June. She don't delete. I been this June. June. July, August, September, October, November. 5 months to go. If you ask me, the project that Jane was doing, she don't put like maybe 80% or 70% into that project now. You know, they pass house on a house. All for what? For what? Do you know tomorrow? Do you even know? I'm not saying that people shouldn't make plans or, dream and prepare for the future, but the future is today that you have. I always campaign very strongly that people need to live their best life today, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. You don't know. Every day you sleep and wake up, just say, God, I thank you. I thank you for the breath of life. Thank you for waking me up to see another day. Because once you sleep, do you know whether you will wake up? You never know. You don't know. So why are you building castles and you are unjera any yeah, you mice. Some people will not even eat good food. You will not eat good food. You will not wear good clothes. You will be economizing everything because of house that you want to build, mansion. Ah, Ọlọ́run jọ̀ọ́ o, help us to make wise decisions. Honey babe Jare, welcome my darling. Thanks for all your loves and support
Auntie B,
today.
happy birthday.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you. I have kind of like, I want to say things quickly. There was a time when there was COVID in 2020, I had this idea that I wanted to retrain. So I actually got an offer to do mental health nursing. So because I was coming from a finance background,
Yeah.
I now took the initiative and I said, you know what, I want to know what it entails. So I actually got a permanent job in an NHS trust as a support worker. Hey, it was an experience. I mean, I really wanted to do nursing. I was prepared to do it. Within 2 months, Auntie B, I declined my offer. I
You ran
declined. Sorry?
what? You ran away from doing nothing. What
Because the
happened?
thing is, yeah, I'm obviously working in finance. I deal with spreadsheets. I deal with pivot tables and stuff. I couldn't understand that I had to be there by 7 to do handover. I have to stand up all day. And I'm used to having tea break every couple of hours, just in at the tea section. I'm used to having
T-section.
like lunch for 1 hour. I
I know
didn't
you
know
go
that you
like
can
all those
only,
chit chats. They like those chit
I
chats.
didn't know that. I didn't know that if you do, is it 12 hours? You only have 30 minutes. I was having McDonald's every day. I blew up. I did just 2 months. I now resigned. I ran back to my finance job. Quick. Because I was not seeing my children. I will come home, I'm sleeping. I will wake up at 5 a.m. to get ready to go to, obviously, to start for 7 or 7:30 for handover. I could not do my hair. I could not see my friends. I could not hoover. I could not clean. I could not do anything. I was like, nah, Dread, ain't worth it. So I
Yeah.
basically went back to my finance job and probably was getting paid double what I was paying. Even this job I'm doing now, where I'm literally in the office for 3 days and at home, I'm not even happy. I've just applied for a job where I can be working from home 5 days a week. Because me, I
That's
like easy life. So I
that's
can be
me.
taking my children to school.
I work from home 100%.
Thank you.
Honestly.
And to be that's me. People may say, me, I'm lazy, whatever. I like quality because I want to be seeing my children.
Yes.
My interview is next week online, and I hope I get it so that I can work from home 5 days a
Keep
week.
looking, you find it. Yeah. I was somewhere they were stressing my life. I say me.
It's not
Eh,
worth it. I mean,
I
the
just carried
three,
my bag. I
it,
got a job where I work remotely 100.
exactly.
I don't know my colleagues. We've never I just went to the office twice and I
That's
didn't
what
meet
I
all of
want.
them.
That's what I want. Because the thing is,
100% working remotely is what I do.
exactly. Because the thing is, yeah, I was doing agency work, and it's like, how much were they paying me? £15 an hour. When I saw my money, like at the end of the week or the end of the month, I was like, are you joking? It was just not worth it at all for me
Yeah.
anyway. To do
Yeah.
all them hours, I was tired. I was feeling faint. I was eating crazy
This
food,
is not even,
McDonald's.
I mean, you guys, I mean,
It's not
yeah.
worth it. I declined my offer. I basically wrote to the university, I'm not interested again. And I went back to my finance job. For me, it's about quality time. It's not worth messing with your health.
Yeah.
Working all these crazy hours, 50 hours, 60 hours, 70 hours. Where do you have time to even spend the money if you're working 24/7?
They
It's not worth
never.
it.
They
Quality of
never.
time is so important. I mean, obviously, I agree with what the doctor said. Is quality time and basically looking after your health. Before I quickly go, my partner is 43. He has high blood pressure. He was of the mentality, I'm an African man. I will never be ill. He even went to Nigeria to get herbs, thinking that will help. Instead of, yes, he went to Nigeria to get herbs because he
African
refused to
man
take.
don't get sick. Gonna be,
Yeah,
please don't make me laugh.
now he's taking the medication. He was in Nigeria last year because he refused to take the herbs. At the end of the day, he had to now come back and take the herbs because he
With the
didn't,
medicine, the
yeah,
medication.
the medication, yeah, because at the end of the day, he just didn't want to accept it. Now, this is the same person that never ate vegetables, never ate fruit. never ate nothing. Now he's eating salad, helter skelter. Now he's exercising, walking. And
Mm,
now his blood pressure is much more under control because he has now
absolutely.
realized that if he doesn't want to pa and he needs to take accountability and look after himself.
I think why some brothers don't like taking. Thank you so much, honey, baby. I appreciate you. Like I said, you are in the circle now. God bless you. I love you very much. Thanks for your support. So I think the reason why some of our brothers don't like taking the high blood pressure is because I hear that it affects their ability to carry one. I don't know how far it's true. Thank you. I grow in grace. God bless you for that super chat. Thank you so much. Hmm? But it is better to be alive than for you want to be firing for 4 hours, 3 hours, whatever hours that you're doing. No. I'm sure your partner wants you to be alive. It's better for you to be alive than for you to go and buy in stubbornness. Brothers, I'm talking to you now. I know some of you think that I have something against you. I don't. Those of you who follow me on Instagram saw the picture of me and my giant men, my sons, two of my sons on Sunday. I have sons. So I don't have anything against you guys. I want you guys to be alive. I want you to be well. I want you to be very healthy. Please take the medication. Go to the doctors. A lot of you have underlying issues. You have issues that you don't know because some of you refuse to go to the doctor. Some of you refuse, like Honey Babe said, the partner. Some of you refuse to take medication. Why? Medication is okay. It's to help you stay alive longer. I've seen Oyibo people, hey, Jesus. They've done hip replacements. They've done knee replacements. They have a pacemaker in their hearts. These people, Oyibo people for this Britico, they live long. They have an aging population. How you think say that they are alive? Why you think now? What do you think say keep them alive? Now good medical care. They go live long. You go see the old. You go the one that say at a point they beg people for this UK say, I beg on a fine now. It's too much. That's why there's so much pressure in social care. Health and social care is under pressure because old people too much. What do you think say they keep them alive? Now good medical system. But our people know they take. We dey here. We know they take advantage of them. People know go doctor. They call them for here. GP go they call you. Come and do high blood pressure. Come and do your mammogram. Come and do this. And we know they pay like we know they pay. Our payment is from our salary. So whether you go or not, they are taking the money already. But our people won't make time to go. They won't go. I don't understand it. Though. We need to do better. Okay, so guys, we're going to limit it to 3 minutes now because of time, so everybody can say something. Junior, hello. One of my favorite people is in
Hel-
this is in
hel-
here.
hello. I just want to say
Hi.
something. You're actually the same age as one of my siblings. You're only a few days apart. I think about 10 days
Really?
apart. Yeah. So
Really?
I remember. So I
Wow.
remember your birthday. Yeah. So, but happy birthday. And
Thank you.
yeah. So I just want to share a few personal experience. I'm glad you brought up Nigeria earlier,
Mhm.
and you can hear my voice shaking, right? Nigeria actually saved my life. There's a lot of people ask me, "Hey, why did you move to Nigeria? Why did you move to Nigeria? Why did you move to Nigeria?" When I was in the U.S., I'll say I was about top 5% income wise. I was doing really well. Um, I loved what I was doing. I didn't want to stop. I was, just focused. But the stress was a lot. I know in the UK it's a little bit different because you guys take the train. We
Mhm.
have to drive like an hour and a
Yes.
half, two
Yes.
hours each
Yes.
way in the
Yes.
US.
Mhm.
So, I drove about an hour and 45 minutes in the morning, about 2 hours in the evening after working for like 10 hours. Yeah, I was making a lot of money. I was doing really well. I was in the highest of my career. But guess what? There were some days I couldn't sleep. Chest
Mhm.
pains. I think I was like 38 years old, 38, almost 39 at the time. I couldn't sleep. And there was a particular time I had to go to the ER because I was losing my breath.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I was 38 years old. Yeah. So I got to the ER and my voice is literally shaking right now. That it's that much of a
Yeah.
flashback.
You're
And
recollecting the experience.
yeah, and so I called the ambulance. The ambulance couldn't get to me on time. I had to drive myself to the ER. It was
Hmm.
that sick. I knew that was gonna be like the last day if I didn't do that. I just
Hmm.
felt it. I got to the ER. Mind you, remember, I'm 38 years old at the time. I got to the ER and they checked me. The doctor said I had a mini heart attack at
Hey,
30 years old.
Chineke. At 38 years, you had a
38
mini
years
heart
old.
attack. It's
Yes.
stress. Stress.
That was a few years ago. And the doctor said, the doctor looked into my eyes and said, whatever you're doing, you need to stop. Period. He said,
And
whatever, he
what
said,
line
whatever,
of work were you in, Junior? BO is asking. What area?
defense.
Defense. He said in
Yeah,
defense, BO.
yeah, I really can't get, yeah, I really can get to that, but defense. And, the doctor looked into my eyes and he told me, he said, whatever you're doing, you need to stop.
Hmm.
I went back home, drove myself back home. I'm laughing now because it's funny. I actually drove myself to the ER with a mini heart attack. Drove myself back. Actually, drove myself home that morning because they had to keep me in the ER. Drove myself home. Didn't work that day, and that was my 20 years doing what I was doing. I'm sure BO can, kind of add everything together now. And I took an early retirement. Took an early retirement. The reason why I took an early retirement was I knew like there was just something in my spirit that was telling me you're not going to make it to 50 if you stay in America.
Oh
You're
my
not going to make it
God.
to 50. You're
You're not
not going to.
alone. Someone
I'm not.
else who is Adaya said, I had a heart attack at 37. I
I'm not.
currently have a stent in my heart.
I'm not joking. This is not. This is not. I'm not. I'm not. This is not play. I knew it. Like I told my family. I told a lot of my siblings. They were like, "Come on, stop talking negative. Da 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 da. You're doing so well. You're successful." I'm like,
Do
guys,
you know what that is taking from you, though?
I'm telling you, I knew that I was not. Something just told me, if you stay in the United States, you're doing so well. You're not gonna make it to 50 because the stress. Like I I'll just lose my breath. Like what I'm saying. Like sometimes I can't sleep. Um, so let me tell you something. Going back to what you said, I planned my move 3 years to the move. Came to Nigeria within 3 years. Planned my move. Make sure I have power. Make sure I have all the stuff that you need in like I'm used to in the US. That's why I laugh at people in the UK and the US when they're like, Nigeria is the hard. You can make Nigeria work for you. The point is, I moved to Nigeria. It was the best thing that I've ever done. I don't cook because in the US you have to cook, you have to make your stuff, you have to run to the grocery store, you have to do this, you have to do that. I don't cook. I don't drive. I don't know what traffic is like. I just relax. I don't know
Hey,
where my cups are in my
jeez,
kitchen. I don't know where the
shy,
pots are because people are hired to do those things.
shy.
Let me tell you something. People, especially in the diaspora, I'm saying this with facts. This is a personal experience. People in the diaspora. I'm not saying you need to move to Nigeria. I'm not saying you need to move to Cambodia. You better figure out if you're having like some type of chest pains, if you're having some type of migraines, if you're feeling random temperatures. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. At 38 years old, I had a mini heart attack.
Hmm.
Okay? And if I had not made it to the hospital that night, you and I would not be speaking today. So
Yeah,
people in the diaspora, especially in the US is probably the most hustling.
it is. It is.
US is not a joke.
Yeah.
So especially people in the US, take some time off, take vacations. I know a
And
lot
I
of
hear
night.
that some of them only have like maybe 10 days vacation or 2 weeks in a whole year.
Yes, I mean that's normal. The US, you will make your 200K a year, but you have your 7 days
Are
a
you
year.
kidding me?
Yeah,
Me,
yeah.
7 days in a
I
whole
mean,
365 days.
there's people in the US on your live. The point is take some time off, especially Africans. I know Nigerians. I know I have a lot of uncles. I was born in the US, but so I know a lot of uncles that I grew up with that don't take any time off. Their only time off is when they go to Nigeria. They don't go to Mexico. They don't go to Mahima or wherever all these places are. They don't explore. They don't travel. They don't see life. It's Owambe to Nigeria,
Church and Nigeria.
church, and back to their 7 days or 8 days, or I don't know, I mean, 2 days a week they work.
Hey, Jesus.
Look, people need to take some time off. You need to take some time off. I literally just typed that message that the lady was talking about
Mm-hmm.
on that video. This is not a joke.
Yeah.
Take some time because you don't know. I'm doing well. I was driving to work every day. It could have been my last day. It could be your last day. So just make sure you take some time off.
Yeah.
Okay. And when the lady was talking about she hires people, I had to call in. I'm like, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I little laundry, you're doing laundry, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're running to the grocery store.
You know the problem, Junior. Do you know the problem? A lot of Nigerians in the diaspora see it as a waste of money when you hire help. They see you as lazy. Why are you wasting money? Money that can buy 10 bags of cement, money that
Hmm.
can do this, money that can do
Hmm.
this. But
Hmm.
you've forgotten that this is self-care for yourself when you don't have to do it.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Ekmobi. I know I'm not. I know there's not. I'm a little bit of an exception. There's a lot of people that live like I do in Nigeria and Ghana and all these other places. I'm sure you know about this. I don't even want to go to the UK is down the street from me. I don't want to go to the UK for holidays. I don't want to go to the US for holiday. I don't even want to leave because I know if I have to leave, I'm gonna have to do maybe walk. Something as simple as
You're gonna have
walking.
to do some of these things that
Do you, do
everybody's
you,
doing for you.
do you understand? So I see it as punishment for me going to the US. So the point I'm trying to make is hire somebody if you can afford it. If you can't afford it, train your kids to be able to do this stuff. Take some time off. Uncles, especially, I don't know much about how ladies operate, but uncles, I know a lot of my uncles, they don't take any time off. I know that.
Some ladies are like that. They are worse. Women are actually worse in when because they're talking about medical field. So I think we have more women in that sector.
So lastly, before I go, it goes back to even though I talked about living in Nigeria or Ghana or Mexico, wherever you want to move to for retirement, it goes back to a lot of those uncles, as I remember, they want to build a house in a village,
Mm-hmm,
build a
mm-hmm,
house somewhere.
mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, a lot of these uncles, I mean, my parents are in their 80s, right? So a lot of these uncles, they're in their late 70s, still working. I
Mm-mm.
know uncle that's still working. I think it should be about 80 now. I'm not joking. This is
How
real.
can they be working at that age
Ask
though?
anyone that lives in the US, anyone that lives in the US that is on your live will tell you there are a lot of Nigerian uncles or fathers or whatever. They're in their 70s still working. This
Hey,
is this is not the UK. This is real life.
when are they gonna enjoy the money? When are they gonna sit
Well,
down
they,
and
they
just
have
spend
they
their
have
time?
they have to roof the house in Ibadan. They have to roof the house in Enugu. They have to roof the house. Do you not know that? So they don't take time off. They've never taken time off. You have these uncles. They've lived in the U.S. since the 70s. They've never even been to Mexico, Bahamas, Europe. I know a guy. I know is like an uncle to me. He's never been to Europe. This is a real life. This is real life American thing. Uncle. He's never been to Europe just to take time off.
Hmm.
So look, take time off, get some help. If you can afford it, find a way, reduce your stress. They have I think they have instant cart now in the US where you can order your groceries or whatever. Take some time off, take a break because mental health is not a joke. So
Thank
yeah,
you.
thank you.
Thank you so much, darling. I appreciate you. See, we gotta talk, Junior, because you know that soft life you are painting. You know I'm all for the soft life. So yeah, that's why I keep talking. Nigeria. Oh my God. When I go there and I see how people live, I know we hear all the negative stories about Nigeria, and I'm not saying that Nigeria is kumbaya, everything is nice and rosy. The issues are there. There are issues everywhere, right? But the average person in Nigeria, you are a madam. You are a thick madam. Do you know what they call thick madam? Thick madam is that Wamak Pashen, you just be giving orders. You see what Junior was saying? I was saying that I don't drive, I don't cook, I don't know where glass. This is the life. But you guys building houses in your 70s and 80s, when are you going to live this life? Ṣé kò ní wá pẹ́ jù báyìí? Ìwọ Ọlọ́run. Ọlọ́run ṣàánú wa. God have mercy on us. This diaspora is a bit tricky for us to think about how to navigate these things because at the end of the day, these uncles that Junior is talking about that are building houses in their 70s, in their late 60s, whatever. They are building these houses because they still want to go and live in Nigeria and experience this life. But my fear is that when? When is this going to happen? That's my fear. And especially if you are still working and you are not taking care of yourself. Are you sure you are going to live in that house? And don't say, don't be pleading blood of Jesus and calling the name of the Lord in vain. No, I'm not wishing you evil. But the Bible tells us that wisdom is the principal thing. Get wisdom. When are you going to live in this house? When? So my policy, you guys know, wherever I am, I make myself happy. I make myself comfortable. Live. This is what my mother taught me. Dude, live your best life every single day. Eat the best food that you can. Okay? That is why and I always get into it sometimes when I'm ordering food. You will say it's a waste of money. I say it's okay. The days I can't cook, I will order. You know, live your best life, wear your best clothes, live in a decent house that you love, that you are proud of, that make, even if it's a flat, it doesn't matter. Whatever you live in is one room, make it comfortable. But the point is that you cannot be walking like Jackie. You can't. You're putting yourself at risk. Oh my God. There's a lot. Oh my God, my studio is still very full. We've done almost 2 hours. Okay, we're going to go very quickly now. Adewale, I come to you after DML. All right, DML, welcome. Where are you joining us from?
Hi, Auntie B. I'm joining from the US.
Welcome.
Yeah, the discussion today was really really touching
Mhm.
because over here the US we have a lot of people that they do all these shift jobs, picking up shifts after. And a couple of weeks ago, I have this colleague of mine. He's in his, I think he's in his middle 50s, and I just noticed that, man, this man keeps picking up shifts from one company to another, like 3 different jobs for the whole week. I was
Mhm.
like, sir, please, I hope you are checking your health and everything. And I also noticed his eating habits, like he used to take a bar every time. Like I never see this man eat fruits and stuff like that. So it
See the
was kind of like
Eba.
it was
He
always
dey
a
go
bar.
Eba come work.
It was always swallow, 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 swallow. I'm not like it's not like swallow is not healthy, but I mean everything should be in moderation.
Absolutely.
So and I spoke to him and I was like, I hope you're checking yourself and everything. Like this country, insurance and everything. Apparently he didn't have insurance and
Yeah.
everything. He has not done his checkup and everything. So I was like, I know this health center that you can go, just sign up and you do like copay, you pay little money, $40 for checkup and everything. And he did that and everything. And come to think of it, this man, when he went there, they said his glucose, so his blood sugar was really high.
See?
Like, how did he come to this? They were surprised that day
You see?
that
It's
they
not
had
that
to,
Eba. The
yeah,
Eba is adding
all
up.
the
It's adding up
starch.
and turning to sugar in his body.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It was a lot. And he was like, he didn't know. He was just thanking me. Like, yo, thank you very much. If he didn't know, they're like, they had to call him, like, don't come here. Like that he should change his habits and also he shouldn't, like, they had to put him under observation. He
Mhm.
kept on going back there for like a couple of days before
Mhm.
he was able to, they were able to stabilize it. So I just feel like me here, I don't care when I'm working, if I'm tired, I leave. I call out, I don't stress myself. I'm that kind
Mhm.
of a person that 2 days in a week, I make sure I have it to myself. I don't care. Because if anything happens to me, these people, their company keeps going. They're not going to stop their jobs or their company because of, you can't come to work. They find another person.
I want Cynthia to
So
come in. We have got people in HR here. Anybody in HR that can help me tell our Obodo farm? Guys, give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying this conversation because we're talking about our health and well-being. And Dr. Marian is in the studio. She did say she will pop in when she can. That's Dr. Marian for you guys. She was the voice that you heard at the beginning of the show. I want Cynthia, anybody watching HR, Dosh, are you available? Come and tell us what we are in our workplace, how the employers see us. It's very important that we hear from somebody in HR because it is them that manage all this stuff. And I think I need somebody from HR to come and tell Nigerians and Africans who are listening tonight what you mean to your employer. You think the job
Mhm.
will not continue? That woman, that Jane, that Dr. Miriam was talking about, did you think that the emergency room didn't carry on that day, that she didn't show up when she dropped and she cried? They
Mhm.
carried on. They
Yeah,
carried on. The work never stops. Never. You are replaceable.
yeah. So that's why I just want us to take things easy, man. This money they were chasing is going to be there. So yeah, that's just my little contribution. And thank you
Thank
for
you
having
so
me.
much.
Happy birthday once again.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you so much. Short and sweet. He said he doesn't play with his 2 days. He will just take his 2 days off. I like that. You need to prioritize your well-being. Very, very important. Me, this year I said I will take four vacation. It's June. I've taken three already, and I have one coming up. So I think I will take six. Well, it's only ayé ò pé méjì. Ayé ò pé méjì. I cannot just be saving all my money and doing project without living my life. Jane is gone today. Now who is going to enjoy that project? Hey Joe, please oh. All man for himself, oh God for us all. Adewale, my darling, welcome.
Good evening, Auntie B. Happy birthday. I wish you
Thank you,
long life and
sweetheart.
prosperity.
Thank
I,
you.
I hope you enjoy your day with your family. It's important. So I'm just going to be really quick. I think the reason why we Africans or Nigerians work so much when we come abroad, it comes from a place of lack. Back home, we want to work because we want to survive, but the job isn't there. But here in diaspora, the job is there. So we want to work too much. So we make all the money that we can. That's weird.
Yes,
That's what happens. And I've
yes.
always complained about this obsession with nursing, especially Nigerians.
Mm-hmm.
Nursing, 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 nursing. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't have a passion for healthcare, you're gonna get frustrated. It's not like I always say this thing, like nurses are not rich. They just work a lot of hours. When you calculate the amount of money they make per hour, you realize like it's almost the same thing with the other kind of jobs. It's just that they work too many hours.
In the
Too many
US,
hours.
I think they are rich. Oh, there's a lot of money to be made in nursing in
But
the
it's
US.
this I mean, I still heard that they still have to work a lot of hours. Like they make
So
most
this
of
is
that
what
money.
someone told me when I went to the US in 26? I can't remember. It's a while ago. I did a video. I got into a lot of trouble for that video when my friend in the US was advising that Nigerian nurses, I don't know if it's still the same, that normally the shift for when you have a job as a nurse is 3 days, 12 hours, 3 days. But
Yes.
what a lot of Nigerian nurses or African nurses and Filipino nurses will do is that they will have a job here and have a second job here. So they have
Yes.
two jobs, 3 days, 3 days, and then they have
Exactly.
only one day to rest.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. They make that extra money from overtime. It's
Yeah,
not part of their regular work. So they don't have time to rest at all.
it's too much. And it's not just like ordinary job.
It's
You have
not.
to be on your feet.
You have to be on your feet. You have to walk around. Sometimes you have to hurry
God knows
when
I can't do it because I cannot even stand
I
for. I
I
can't stand
can't.
for
I
five
can't.
hours.
I can't do it. Like
Mm.
there's like I don't know the whites, the Oyinbos. They understand what it means to have a
So that my
work-life
friend, the
balance.
reason why we got into trouble for that show, Adewale, is because that my friend said that Oyibo people that do nothing only do one job,
Yes,
but
they do
Africans do two.
too because they understand the work-life balance. They understand that they only have one life to live. You only have one opportunity. When you work, you need to rest. If you're
Mm.
working too much and making all that money and you don't have the time and the health to enjoy the money, you're poor. According to me, you're poor. You're not rich at all. All that house and all that project you're doing back home in Nigeria, it's not for you to enjoy because you're still living in this very tiny, small apartment abroad. No one enjoys that money. You're not if you don't enjoy the money you make.
What's the point? What's the
What's the
point?
point? If you're working more than you make, you're not rich. You're poor in essence. And you're also just going to be killing your health and everything. So just have a regular work-life balance. When you work, you make time to rest. God knows me. If I work more than the regular hours, the next day I wake up very late because my body just shuts down and
Yeah,
I don't even stress myself.
and
So
you're even
make
a
sure
young man. Talk of when you are 70. What will you do when you are 70,
I
Adewale?
don't know.
If your body is shutting down at your young age?
Yeah, I don't stress myself. I would just sleep. That's it. You have to enjoy your life. I mean, you only live once. You have only one
Mhm.
opportunity to live. If you're wasting it
Absolutely.
working and working and working and you don't enjoy it, you
Yeah, you
just
have
be
to
living
enjoy.
with regrets.
Life is
So
to be enjoyed. Me, I don't joke with my enjoyment.
you have to
Everybody
enjoy
knows.
your life. You have to.
Me, I don't enjoy life. Good job. Hmm.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
so
me, Auntie
much.
B.
Thank
Happy
you,
birthday
darling.
again.
Thank you, babe. Thank you, my darling. Adewale for president. So we got Cynthia in the. I called Cynthia out and she's right here. I'm all dada. Good girl. So the part I want you to talk about is that somebody said, Amina said, Auntie B, the job will continue. I learned my lesson when I passed out. Like she passed out, she collapsed at her job. And nobody knew I was there. Someone was assigned to replace me. Immediately, the ambulance took me out. So, as an HR person, I want you to please tell our African brethren what they are to their employee.
All of us, hi Obodofam, we're all replaceable. That's just the cold, harsh truth. Nobody is irreplaceable at work. Unfortunately, I saw something around the time of COVID. One of my colleagues sent this when I was made redundant from a job that I broke my back for. Okay. And that's when I decided to sit up and just not have any loyalty to any company moving forward if we were lucky to get through COVID. So one of my colleagues sent me something and it said, you are totally replaceable at work. You're not replaceable at home. Home is your real life. Always keep that perspective.
Say that
Okay.
again.
So it says you are totally replaceable at work. You are not replaceable at home. Okay. Your home is your real life. Please always keep that perspective. Okay.
Okay.
Yep,
Mhm.
absolutely. So what happens as soon as somebody dies? I mean, I've only dealt with that one time in the years that I've worked in HR. As soon as somebody passes away in service, as it were, we have to put a job advert out. That now becomes a backfill. The job goes on. If it's an important, every post in a company needs to be filled by somebody. So whether we look internally, we won't post it externally just because obviously it's insensitive, but we're already looking internally who can step into that post, who can carry the extra load of that person's work, who is able to do a handover so that they know where they're up to with the certain work. And the type of work I do, I work in tech, so it can be very challenging when somebody passes away or is sick for long-term sick, and you're kind of left without somebody in that post. So everybody is replaceable. I just need everybody to remember that. Prioritize your health, take your holidays. I have to fight with employees to take their holidays. Take your holidays. Why our Oyibo people, they don't play with their holiday. They use all their holiday. Our Black and Caribbean employees, they never want to take holiday. It's a constant battle. Please take your holiday. They want to sell off their holiday. They want to, take your holiday because legally, you're entitled to a certain amount of days that you accrue off, but for your mental health, your well-being. You're not going to be your best version of yourself when you're working 12, 16 hours a day. That's insane. That's insane. And any company that is kind of facilitating that, it's illegal. Anyways, here in the UK.
Yeah, in America it's not. I think you can
In
work
America,
yourself to an
yeah.
early. They don't care.
Yeah,
Work yourself to an early grave. They don't
it's
care.
crazy. It's crazy. Even here, I
Yeah.
mean, we have the working right incentive where you can sign a waiver, but that's only for maybe over 48 hours per week. Even though there has to be a gap in between that you are mandated to take break. You can't come and work 12 hours and then come in again and do a 12-hour. It's not allowed. It's not allowed. So everybody, just take care of your health. Your family needs you more than your job. As soon as you pie in your job, I'm putting up an advert to replace you internally, externally, and somebody's filled that post within a month. I'll send your family a card from the department, a bunch of flowers. And if you are signed up to life insurance policy within your company, that's paid out to your family and we move on. You just become another number and another person that we've said RIP to. Everything moves on as normal. That's just the cold, harsh truth. So guys, take care of yourself. Me, I don't play with my enjoyment. Soft life gang forever. I'm on my 5th holiday this year, so I
Yes.
don't care. You know me,
Yes.
Auntie B. Enjoyment every
Yes.
weekend.
I trust
Absolutely.
you. You
Uh,
don't joke at all. Thank you for
exactly.
for
You're
educating us
welcome.
on that. You and
You're
Anana, you
welcome.
need to get That's our holiday. What happened to
Absolutely.
our holiday?
Hello. It's that one we don't
And
know.
then if
Jamaica's
you
taken
guys don't
over.
let this holiday happen, I'm gonna be very angry with you guys.
Jamaica's taken over.
Oh my days.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you
love
so
you, but
much.
if I love you, Auntie B. Mwah, mwah.
You too, darling. Thank you very much, Cynthia. Okay. You are replaceable. You are just, and the thing you need to understand, especially those of you who live in the US, is that most of these companies that you are breaking your back for, they are businesses. They share a lot of profits at the end of the financial year. You are just somebody who makes them money. So if you think, without me, I'm the charge nurse, I'm the charge doctor, I'm the this, I'm that, they will continue. At the end of the day, all their shareholders will share their mega checks. And whether you are there or not, business will go on. So you've heard it. Cynthia is HR person. She's an HR executive and she's very experienced. So she knows what she's talking about. Brother Bio, welcome. Good evening.
Good evening, Auntie B. I,
Hey, bro. What's up?
I greet you specially and happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. This issue, first of all, thank you very much because I know sometime last year, you did something like this, and it's also something good, again, as a reminder for everyone that is listening.
Yeah.
But as I continue to watch your show, sometimes I gain a lot of insight to issues, and I want to also put myself in the shoes of many persons out there. Because I would not be fair to this topic if I contribute and put myself as an example in a position.
No. We're
Because
talking about people in health and
I know,
social care.
I know I'm coming. I'm talking of the obodoyibo generally. Do you understand? Because all fingers are not equal. Okay. So here is the thing. You see, Auntie B, everything you said today is 100% taken and correct as far as everybody has contributed. But there are some bitter realities we must put into consideration. I'm not taking this example case. Number one, a lot of our people come to the obodoyibo at matured age. So therefore, if you are lucky, some people started at 35, some even at 40, some at 40 something.
Yeah.
And we all know the truth because we must tell ourselves the truth. Some persons, depending on how you even come, some people came to this Oyibo self with loan. They have debt on their head. I'm not justifying it, I'm coming somewhere. Now, when we come to this Obodoyibo, some came as family, some came as single. Nobody can argue it that Obodoyibo is the most difficult place to live on earth because the system is already designed that you cannot jump corners. You cannot escape. No shortcuts.
No bribing. No bribing.
No bribing.
Contracts.
No shortcuts. Do you understand me? If you like, do this, do that. It is by the grace and hard work that you put or what you bring to the table that will determine your income. Having said that, our people naturally, which are we Nigerians, we are known to be people who like to enjoy life or live high life standard. It is in our DNA, usually. That is why even if you see a Nigerian that is suffering here, walking like a rat, he want to live like a king in Nigeria. Do you understand? Regardless of that person making the wrong decision of taking that stand. So that already tells you that we like enjoyment. What am I trying to say? When we come here, we are supposed to live the standard of life according to our current situation. Most of us don't. Some, it is that they want to send back home. But some is as about signing something that they are not worth. I have seen a lot of family people in this country, even forget the Nigeria contribution, signed home or buy a home that they are struggling to pay the mortgage. So all these are pressures from another angle that allow people to do multiple jobs.
But why do you put yourself under pressure like that? Why do you go and buy a home that you do
I'm
not
with you
afford?
now, Auntie B. I'm with you. I'm identifying the stupidity. Listen, Auntie B. I'm with you, but I'm trying to identify something here. Hold on
Yes.
now.
So,
Thank you.
mm,
So now, when you come to Obodoyibo, everybody have internet where they are sitting right now. If you click Google and say United States poverty level, average family, you'll be surprised to see the annual income that will come out for 2, 3, 5 families. However, that particular income, some persons will even make it here, they want to make double, which is wrong. The problem starts from double jobs. Double jobs. I repeat. You know why most people in the UK don't understand what is happening here is this. If you're really working in the US for an averagely okay company, you cannot get over hour. Trust me, they would not even give it to you. Even in that very healthcare where they are working, I don't know about it 100%, but I can guarantee you for a fact that if you do one particular job and you do over hour to collect more money, your taxes will even be higher.
okay,
Such
so
that,
what is the solution? We know the issues, Bio.
okay, yes,
Let's go to the solution
the
because we all know all
solutions.
these issues. Yeah.
Yes. So no, I just had to identify this actually. The reason
Yes.
why I had to identify this, my dear sister, is because even though I agree 100% that one of the key points, somebody want to do project at home and all those kind of stuff, I also
Yes.
just feel there are some other issues even here, so that it will
Yes.
not look like we are trying to
Only
blame
move,
people in
move, move, move.
Nigeria.
Yes.
That's my point. Why I had to stress that
So the
issue
lifestyle
out.
and the choices people are making is also under
Making,
pay grade. So they are struggling to
yes,
keep it up. Yeah.
yes, to keep it up.
Yeah.
Then, like doctor said in her submission, I gained knowledge from her and I applaud her for that last statement in her submission, which she suggested. You see, we cannot talk about this issue and remove marital status from it. What do I mean by marital status? Not whether you are married or you are not married. You see, in this Obodoyibo, anything that make you to carry the load when not concern you, your head go pain you. So a lot of, or few, I don't know if it's a lot, it might be men, it might be women, I don't want to move it to gender, but I know women mostly bear the heat. A lot of our noble women here, they found themselves in a very ugly situation caused by one Mogopak man. I'm telling you.
Hold on, Bill, hold that thought,
Yes.
Just hold that thought. You raised something now that I was waiting to raise, but there's no point waiting because there are people here who were actually in that situation. I've got Amaka and Nicole. Hello, Nicole. Can you unmute yourself? Nicole, can you hear me? Amaka, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so you were having a conversation with Nicole in the private chat that
Yes.
you are in the same situation. What Bio just mentioned now.
Yes, exactly. Because what he said is 100% correct.
Right.
The women suffers it a lot, especially if you are in or
Yes, Nicole, you
or
were saying something. Sorry, Amaka. Yeah, Nicole, can you hear me? Is it Nicole or Nicole? Your audio is not very good, Nicole, I'm afraid. It's very noisy. So allow Amaka to go. Then maybe you can sort it out and then we'll take you. Okay, go ahead,
yeah. So
Amaka.
So when he was saying something, Nako said the same thing. It was divorce. It was divorce. Thank you, Jesus. There is divorce. Something like divorce. Can you imagine? Because you are a nurse, and because some African men knows Nigerian men precisely knows that you can go and make overtime and they're gonna remind you, are you not gonna go to work? Is today not the day for you to work? So I'm be like, wait, can't you work? Or if your own is not giving you overtime, you can actually go and get 3 job, 4 job, 5 job, and still make the same money. So if you are, it's very extensive, very, very extensive. But another point is our African men, so-called husbands, when they marry you and they know you a nurse, or you come over here and you study and that's your career of choice, then you become a ATM machine. They do not realize. They do not realize that. And then for you to be in that marriage and play the societal goal, I am married, this is my husband, and we this, that. You keep going to work, and the end of the day, you're gonna crash. You will die and you're not coming back again.
Bye
So
is what we use
that's
here.
I'm
Amaka, you
sorry.
forget all the time.
I'm so sorry. So that's another important thing to discuss. And that's one thing that happened in my own story. I tell you, I will come over here and share my one day. I haven't got everything that I need. So that's another reason that happened with my, and that's a very sad thing. Very sad. We
So, Stephanie, yeah, I acknowledge what you are saying, Amaka, and I know that you are speaking from a personal experience of yourself. But Stephanie is raising a point here. She said a lot of the younger nurses are trying to pepper themselves. They work 100 hours to buy BMW. They keep working 100 hours to pay for it. This is the point that Bill, along what you just said about being married to Mongo Parks who want you to work and make extra money and all that, do all these crazy hours. Why is it that you know nurses, some of them are always trying to outdo each other? Why is the competition there in the first
I,
place?
I really cannot answer that because I haven't have the question the I haven't have that experience. But I think everything is individual. If
Yeah.
you know how, if you really, really love yourself so much and so dearly, and you have
Hmm.
children and you have parents or you have family members, you must have somebody that love you. So
Hmm.
because of those people, you need to save your own self first. And how you save yourself is to take care of yourself. It does not matter where the pressure is coming from,
Right.
but most times it's Nigeria. If somebody even call me and somebody even tell me, oh, you have stayed in US for how many years? You have
Hmm.
not even have a house. and
Hmm.
and oh, me and my husband, we already bought a house in this state. We'll build this, we do this, and we do that. And then I remind her, you have a house, right? But let me remind you that I know your children, and your children are very sick. What happened? You are not home to take care of them. Both
Hmm.
couples, both
Hmm.
couples. So
Hmm.
you see children here that are Nigerian kids, but they have mental issues because parents are not around.
Hmm.
This is absent parents. They come home, they are home, but they're not present with the kids. What I mean,
Hmm.
they don't know what the classes the kids take, they don't know their friends, they don't know the assignment. They don't know the assignment the kids have. They don't know the teacher. They never go to PTA meeting. They have
Hmm.
no business with the school system. All they do is in the morning they drop the kids. In the morning they drop the kids. In the afternoon they are home, but they are not present parents. So how you expect your kids to grow normal? Why you are parents and you are not present with your child? And we keep advocating for all of these things. Why we personal does not practice those things? So I
Hmm.
feel like it's an individual
So,
decisions.
so the money, this money is so important that you have parents who actually will neglect their
Yes,
children just because they want to earn more money by
yes,
taking extra shifts, and they
yes,
will they basically leave the children to raise themselves.
yes. I have a situation before that I know I find it so hard to decide with my children. It's not like you don't love your children, right? But if you are placed in the situation that you are the breadwinner to take care of your children, it becomes a completely different story. where we have situation that they have the two parents, right? So let me use myself an example. There was a time I have a full-time job, and
Are you
basically,
a nurse,
yeah,
Amaka?
yes.
Okay.
So I have a full-time job and I have been in that company for years. So they complain so much. You come late, you do this, you leave late, you call off, you do this. And I went to my ADO and I told her the honest truth. I said, let me be honest to myself. I have children at home and I will never be in this facility knowing that my children are not taken care of. I choose my family more than this thing that I'm doing here. So because of that, I have not had a stable full-time job. And you know what full-time job comes with? It comes with packages
Benefits, yeah.
and this. That. And let's be
Mm-hmm.
honest to myself. I have to be alive to retire.
Of course.
I
Of
have
course.
to make sure
Did
that these
you
people
hear what
that
Cynthia said? Cynthia said that even if you have life insurance, it's your family that will collect it when you
exactly
buy.
exactly. So I have to be alive to take care of them, and then I have to be normal and make sure I'm training on normal kids. Mental health, people don't understand. Mental health is real. Depressed children are real. If you see the things going on here in the state, you know the best thing is to
Dr. Mira, I'm drinking water. You told me to be drinking water, so look at my water. I'm drinking it now.
is to
Auntie
take
B, so if you drink water,
I dey
before
drink,
you,
oh, you say make we dey drink water. See my water.
if you like, go drink a bucket of water.
I go drink bucket of water. Now waiting, I'm taking the doctor's
Now, so
advice.
camera you go there off for here. Will they watch you?
I dey drink water. You know what more than see wetin I
so
dey do.
Auntie B, there is what somebody says here about the HR. I have had issues with HR.
Yeah.
I come to work. I can't remember how many times I call off work. And they will call me, Blessing, do you know that you have full time? I say, I'm so sorry, but if I cannot be there, I cannot be there. If I wake up and I feel pain in my foot, I having a headache, migraine is bothering me, honey,
You
I
call
call
out.
off. I
What
don't
about
care
these
how many
travel
hours
nurses?
I
I want
call
you
off.
to talk about this, Amaka, before I move on.
Wait, before you
Somebody
move
said
on,
that these people that call themselves travel nurse, I mean, the people that do the travel nurses job, they are mostly the unavailable one because there's a lot of travel.
yeah.
Are you telling me that
No,
somebody will
no,
have young
I won't.
children?
No, Auntie
I
B,
won't
there was something you
agree.
said that
I
need to be
won't agree
addressed
on
to.
that. I won't
Hold
agree.
on, Amaka. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. Bia, what did you say?
There was something you said that Amaka addressed, but need to be addressed further. Very important. You
Yes.
know, when you talked about something, you know the way this society work. When they
Yes.
give you pen, don't just sign anyhow. Okay. The reason why most people are working like us too, because you ask a question, say, do they value their family more than the job? It's not because of that, it's because of what they have signed.
Yes.
So the
Okay.
contract. Is it the
The
contract?
not the contract at the job. The if na car loan, if it's house
Okay.
loan,
It's their responsibility.
so
Yeah.
their responsibility is very high.
Oh
And
my.
this thing they brought it upon themselves by trying to beat the system.
Okay, so it's
Because
the outgoing. They have a lot of
yes,
outgoing monthly.
the average black man, when Oyibo man tell you, say, tell us the truth, let
Yes.
us see your pay slip. What are you making before we can approve you for this house? Instead of you to say the truth, say, listen, I am making, let's say, 6,000 a month, so that they can calculate it well for you. And tell you if you cannot afford that particular property. Some of us, we go the extra mile to go and bring the pay slip for the week we work the highest money, forgetting that that is not going to be continuous. Do you understand? So that we can get the approval for that property, which we are not supposed to get the approval for that property.
Exactly.
So the reason I'm saying this is because when you sign a contract of how many years with that pencil, because you want to carry that big thing that you cannot afford, you are selling out your life, you are selling out your family, you are selling out your time. Because I have seen this happen so many times. I'm not joking now, but let me yield a little. Madam, please, Amaka, go ahead.
Yeah,
Summarize
what
so that I can
what
bring Nicole into the
yeah, what
studio.
you said is absolutely right.
Say that again,
There was
Auntie
a
B.
time there was a time I want
No,
to
I'm talking
buy.
to Amaka to finish up so that I can
Yeah,
bring Nicole.
there was a time I want to buy a car. I was driving one of US car, I don't remember, but I bought that car $4,000. It was 2012 model. It wasn't fantastic, right? But I drove that car for 5 years.
Hmm.
I'm still working as a nurse, honey. I could not be able to buy a nice freaking truck that I want. So I save, right? So I have friends that when I buy big trucks, like want to make it, oh, you're working, you can't even do, oh, we are tech, we are not even nurses and we can do this. I told them the last thing I will do in my life is to live above my means.
Hmm.
That's the last thing I will do because
And
those are
considering that you have young children as well, so you are prioritizing
exactly.
your children.
So I said, no, my children number one, then the rest follows. So if I cannot be able to even have emergency funds in case something happens, why will I go and make a big purchase that I know that I will go
It's
and
going to
borrow
be a
money?
struggle.
Or it
Hmm.
will be a struggle. Okay, if I can be able to afford a rent of $2,000, which means it's better for me to take a rent of 1,500 so I can pay it comfortable without stressing myself.
Hmm.
In that way, if you cannot go to work, you call off. If you have to take a sick off, you take a sick off. I myself, I travel everywhere. If I want to go to Paris tomorrow, I fly to Paris. If I want to go to Nigeria today, I do it
So you are
because
living. You believe in living your life.
I already schedule myself like this. I'm gonna go with my 3 children. I travel with them. They fly anywhere. If my children say, mommy, I want to take first class, I pay for first class for them because that's the only thing I have. I don't have houses, I don't have any, and I'm not even planning to even buy the biggest house people are buying in Nigeria. I have friends, they bought it, they never make it in life. They never make it in life. They didn't even leave to go and live in those big houses in Nigeria. Some people stay here in rent. Some people buy a house to rent. You think it's their house. It's not their house, honey. They are renting it, but it looks like it's their house, and they will never tell you the truth. You, in the other hand, they don't have no self-confidence in yourself.
You be competing. You be doing
Yes,
competition.
you want to compete with them. I don't do that. I
Hmm.
take a room that I can afford. I take a car that I can afford. I live where I can afford and I live my life. If I have to go to only 3 days, I go to 3 days. Another point I want to make before I leave. Somebody said about
Okay.
person.
Your time is up. 1 minute, Amaka.
Okay,
Mhm.
Please don't condemn travel nursing if you have not heard anybody's story.
No,
If
she didn't condemn them. She was just saying that when you
yeah,
have children, it's because you raised the point about raising children. So
yes.
she was saying that some children are neglected because their mothers are doing travel nurses' job, which requires moving around.
Yeah, well, it's not absolutely the truth because some travel nurses do travel in their own community. They do travel in their own city. Some people travel with their kids. Some people go home 3 times a week. And some people even fly their children to stay with them. So I
Right.
cannot say it's all of the travel nurses.
Yeah. Okay. That's understandable. Thank you so much,
Thank you
Amaka.
so much. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Thank you, darling. Thank you. So I think it comes down. What Amaka is saying is about priorities, priorities, priorities. Abi, Bio, not be what you hear be that. Is what is important to you. So what is important to me,
Yes.
for instance, it may be different from what is important to you. Where does your priority lie?
Lies. And she also made a very valid point. Please take note and write it at a bit down. When she said, even if you can afford a 2,000 rent, for instance, that she will take a 1,500. The reason I want you to take note of that is this. There is an advice there just for those who are about to buy a house. Listen to this
Yes.
from BO. There is an advice there. If you are married and you are joining your income to buy a house, please make sure that you sit down on your own and work the maths out. If only one person income will be able to pay that mortgage. If one person out of the two of you, you must work a situation of today, and a situation of tomorrow. Do you understand my point? Because if you don't work the situation of today and the situation of tomorrow, if something change, because the only thing that is constant in life is
It's
change.
change. Yeah.
If one of you, either your husband or you, have any issue with your job, you people will now resort to struggling to pay that mortgage. Auntie B, please continue. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Brother Bill. I like how you are bringing clarity to this discussion. I always appreciate you. Thank you so much. So, Nicole, you are in the studio. Unmute yourself.
Hi,
Oh,
Auntie
now you
B.
have two
Can you hear me?
devices. Yeah, you need to put your YouTube off or mute it because I can hear myself.
Oh, okay.
Right. Okay. That's better. No, I can still hear myself.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
You have two devices open. Only one has to be open. Okay, I'm gonna let you figure it out. Let me go to Mabel. All right, Mabel, you are in the studio. Welcome. Hello, Mabel. Unmute yourself, please. Can you hear me? Okay, let me come to Ada. Ada, hello.
I have unmuted myself. Hi. Hello.
Hi, Mabel. Yeah, where are you joining us from?
I'm from the United States.
Are you
Dallas.
a nurse?
I am not a nurse.
Okay.
And yes, but this topic is a very, very essential topic that cuts across every angle, not just nursing.
Okay.
Even as a business owner, as a stay-at-home mom, as a caregiver in any aspect. The thing is that, especially we that comes from diaspora, we have that tendency from the very beginning. We want to impress. I was actually saying something in the comment section that you will go to a store and you will see a shirt. Before you can even buy a shirt for yourself, you have to wait for clearance before you can make yourself feel good. That is even a crime to your body. You know, you will see a top of $50. You have to be thinking, calculating, doing money conversion before you can buy a top for yourself. And somebody will call you from Nigeria. Oh, my daughter cannot eat, cannot go to school. And you will immediately send $500 to them without even thinking. What does that mean? And you will see a lot of these people doing a lot of things to impress people. And if you even go to their houses, it's like a gutter. They don't even live fine, even in the diaspora here. So, this whole topic, because like what the lady that just spoke, she said something that me too, my divorce actually helped me know what it means to live a soft life. For the first time in my life, I can even book for a trip for myself, like to travel. I had to go to a spa. I had to go to the massage spa for the first time in my life. Oh my God. It was like I went to heaven and came back.
How did it feel? You felt you felt like you transcended.
I cried. I was reborn. I had to do my nails.
Let me tell you something. Even things as simple as, so on Saturday I went to Canary Wharf. Yeah. Here in London. Yes. So those of you who live in London will know where Canary Wharf. Even things as simple as going to a coffee shop, taking a walk, and just hanging out is something that is alien to a lot of us Africans.
Oh my God.
I noticed that when I was in the city, because I had an appointment. I did a video about it. I'll post it maybe on Thursday. I noticed that it's only Oyibo people that you will see. The coffee shops, everywhere. Anywhere they are doing enjoyment, you cannot see our people. If it's not one bed, you will not see us there. Things as simple. It's a nice summer day. You see Oyibo people, they are wearing their shorts, they are going out, they are experiencing. They just experience life. We don't know how to experience life. No.
Oh,
all we do is walk and chop rice and go to church and go to Nigeria. That's all we do.
Auntie B, do you know that it was when I went to these places, I even get to realize that these things are not even expensive.
No, they're not. They're not. Cynthia, sorry about that. We should go. It was so beautiful. I was just walking around. It was glorious. I was just basking. I was like, me now. I was putting eye to see whether I would see black people. The only black people I saw were young, all these.
The American black people.
It's the young people. You don't see our age group of people. You never see them. Never.
No. So that mentality, that thing is fine. Most times when I'm in my house, I order food. I even get people to come clean my house for me. I was like, oh my God. Because
No, let
before,
Nigeria know that somebody is coming to help you. Somebody is cooking for you or cleaning your house. They'll tell you you're wasting your money. You don't know what to do with your money. You are
I won't lie to
lazy.
you, ma. The first thing I did when I found myself was to cut myself from a lot of Nigerian friends.
Yes,
To be
because of
honest.
judgment.
Yes, I had to cut myself off it and I was looking for that thing that, okay, when I do this thing, okay, I'm looking for that poverty. I'm looking for me not be able to pay my bills. I'm looking for me to be able to sleep outside by just doing these things for me to be okay, And I say that I'm doing it, and it become that mental stability. I feel so new, so reborn. Even my children loves me. I'm like, I'm a new version of myself. So come on, this stuff like sweet though.
Somebody is saying that Shola and a lot of people are saying it's not in our culture. What is not in our culture? What is not in our culture? To take a walk, to go
I
out,
don't understand. Just
to
to
enjoy
spend
the
on
weather,
yourself. Yeah.
to have tea, ice cream, and just enjoy. What is our culture, I beg?
Our culture is to impress people, is to be sending money to people abroad at home, but you don't take care of yourself. That is our culture.
Shola, I beg, I don't know what our culture is, so because we all agree that if you want to do culture, stay in your village, oh.
Our culture is to build house in Nigeria while we are living in a gutter in abroad. That is our culture.
But they said that when you are in Rome, behave like Romans. We are not in our hometown. We are not in our village. Should we not learn? You see, the thing I love about Caucasian people is the way they enjoy their life. The way they live their life. I look at them and I learn. I look at you don't need to be rich. They don't need to have too much money. Simple things. They can enjoy their life from simple things. But somebody said that, sometimes our problem is greed.
Exactly.
Yeah, they don't have black tax. Yes, so what? You gonna buy yourself because of black tax? Black tax, they finish. You don't say what they finish.
They finish because that black tax now selfishness. Nobody. The truth is that the whole thing, even aside from a working mom or working dad, even if you're a stay-at-home mom, the one you can do now, you do. You go by yourself. You can't do it all. You have to first of all put yourself, learn to be selfish when it comes to your self-care.
It's not selfishness, so it's self-care, oh my darling.
Yeah, when it comes to your self-care, you don't want to listen to anybody because it took me time to be I cannot buy a top of $50 on my body that we wear. When you wear new hair, you wear new top, new bag and everything, you will feel new. We are all human beings, let's not lie. You see people be working, doing nursing job, doing everything, and yet they go to Okrika shop to go and be picked, and they cannot afford good things for themselves, and they'll be sending the money home just to impress, to make people feel good.
Okrika, they America.
Ideo,
where like $1 shop, $1 shop.
Ideo, then Ideo, let's
no talk.
Ideo, where
this life where it's sweet like this, soft life where
it's
sweet.
The truth. And you will see people, they'll be living unnecessary fake life here. They will not cut the coat according to their sizes. Why you not going to find yourself for hospital? In fact,
they will say it's not in our culture. What is our culture? I won't even know. I need somebody to explain this culture to me. What is our culture? It's not in our culture to eat out. It's not in our culture to go to coffee shop or have breakfast.
No, it's our culture to be in the kitchen and cook. It's our culture for you not to order food. It's our culture for you to clean the house every day. Don't hire people to clean
the house. It's also our culture to buy, like Jane just buy, because it's
our culture.
I feel we are learning from it. Because at the end of the day, now everybody go buy. It's our culture to walk yourself to an early grave. What is this culture, Tori alone?
I don't know who will be listening from this sound of my voice. Is that anything you want to take from this topic today? Please make yourself number one in anything you want to do. Take care of yourself. It helps with your mental state. It helps with your physical state. Even help with your spiritual state. Because when you take care of your inner self, your own physical, everything about you will be new. And the way you will relate to people out there, self, you will relate like a human being. Because sometimes we think we are relating like human beings, but we are emitting anger, pains to people. So it's very essential. There are in fact, sometimes if the house is dirty, let it be dirty. If you have the money, hire people to clean it for you. I am not a 6-figure lady. I'm a business. I own my business, and my business is doing well for me. And when it comes to sometimes business is up and down. And when I needed a job, I went to do work in school. I only work 4 hours in a day, and some days I don't even go. And I get my pay. I stay in my house.
You don't need to. It's not everybody that earns 6-figure. That's what people need to understand. Not everybody earns 6-figure. It doesn't matter.
And I am comfortable to the brim.
Exactly.
Like
it's about what is important to you. Some people, let me tell you something, Mabel. Some people earn 6-figure, but they live like somebody that earn 1 figure or half figure, because their money never goes into their lifestyle. All they use the money to do is to hang it up and down, doing all sorts of things that doesn't benefit their well-being. We are talking about your well-being day to day. We are talking
Auntie B, I nearly fall. Your guy nearly fall for Amazon. Where they put something for inside robot. I was putting something inside robot at night. I fell down.
Bio, I beg, don't make me laugh.
I fall for Amazon. You dey laugh, Auntie B. I fall for inside Amazon factory. Let me tell you, years back, because then I was still doing tech. In fact, when I newly started, so a friend of mine told me that, how can you get this easy job? You just sit down there. So I said, okay, what will I do? He said, you could just add one other job. And really, as a single guy, what do I do at night? Nothing. So I said, and I want to apply for Amazon. They can't put me for robot to Auntie B. One robot, they call like this.
Don't make me like Amazon.
You wait now, Auntie B. They put me for one robot. They say I should be chucking small things inside the robot like this, different hole. So I now say, now this one that they say factory work hard. I say, I beg you, I go do one. But guess what? Remember, Auntie B, throughout the day, I'm on my computer at that time, providing remote support for people into their computer. So I work that 8 hours, 8 in the morning to 5 in the evening. 6:30, now Amazon they start for year. I will now go to the Amazon. That time in Mississippi. Wait now, I work for that Amazon.
It's Amazon. Which will be Amazon?
You wait now, Auntie B. Instead that
Nigerian man now.
You wait now. I be better man. I know I use my pidgin English. I guess Amazon like this they work.
What did Amazon do you?
Auntie B, 12:30 in the night. Sleep begin they catch me. You see that small ladder. Sleep they catch me. You see that small ladder they give us more climb. You pull your leg in case your hand not reach the robot for up. As I just do on top of that ladder, I mean I know say robot just they come. Robot just carry my hand, hit ground like this. Boom, that's how I jump for. Guess what, Auntie B? Now so I carry my bag I go meet there like this.
You borrow yourself sense.
I get work. What you dey find? Extra money.
That's it. Extra money where we say now, doctor, you go carry and go give at the end of the day.
Extra money. How you go work for day, 8 hours, you won't work for night.
The same thing happened to me, Auntie B. This thing that Uncle Bill said. There was a time, because when I was still married, I was working in a bridal shop. At night, I would go and work as a caregiver. All of a sudden, I start having chest pain. I don't sleep. So when I went to my doctor, what Junior said is true. Because when you don't sleep, that is the road to heart attack. That was what my doctor told me. That that whatever you're doing, just stop that sleepless night job. You don't need it. No matter the income you have, make use of it. So I was like, then I had to put down my own part of my own share in the house there now. But but after all the whole thing, at this my age, come on, first you done 40, we'll call they work. At
You
the end
still
of the
young
day,
now. When they talk of people where they 50 something, 60 something, now would they talk? Where they still they
ma,
do hours.
that's the thing. Even
Hmm.
if you're 60 something, even 100 something, if you do not have that mindset, all this thing is the change of mindset. We need to learn and unlearn some things. If
Absolutely. One of my
if you don't
friend there. Yeah, finish your thought with that so I can take the next
Yes,
call and
ma'am. We need
modally.
to learn to unlearn something so that we can live a better life, because we are building up our generation. If our children see us walk like this, they will think that is all it is all about. There should be time for work, there should be time for play, and there should be time for rest. So always create that balance between work and life, so that one cannot supersede the other one. That's what, because we still need to work to keep up with our
Of
lifestyle,
course, nobody's
but
saying, I
you need
mean,
to
there's no way
balance
you
it.
can live in the diaspora without working. You have to work.
Exactly. You need to
But
balance it. That's
yeah,
just it.
what are you working for? The question is, are you working? Are you living to work or you're working to live?
That's
Thank you
the
so
thing.
much, Mabel.
Thank you, ma'am, for having me. Once
I
again, happy
appreciate you.
birthday. Yes,
Thank you,
ma'am. Bye bye.
darling. I appreciate you. So the question, that's the question. Thank you, Mabel. You've spoken very, very well. Amazon. BO and Amazon. But Patrick say you don't pay for this America. Oh. BO. Amazon carry BO for. Are you working to live
Amazon carry me. Oh.
or you are living to work? Which ones? Because some people are just they are living to work, oh, they are not working to live, oh. Make una dey enjoy this money, oh, and make una dey take am easy, because this life stress too much for obodoyibo. Mona no go delete like Jane. That's the lesson from today's show. Okay, Nicole. Nicole, are you good now?
I hope so. Can you hear me, Auntie B?
At last, hallelujah.
Thank you so much for your patience. Hi
No
to the
worries,
Obodo fam.
welcome.
And happy
Okay, you
birthday,
were saying
beautiful.
something. Thank you so much,
Yes.
darling. You said something that really intrigued me. You said that you didn't like nursing, but your ex-partner made you do it. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So let me just start by introducing myself. My name is Dr. Nicole, and I
Right.
am a doctor of nursing practice with a background in family medicine. I've worked as a nurse practitioner here in the United States for over 20 years. And
Wow.
I think that it's really important. I'm glad that you're doing this show because I think you're touching on some very valuable points. Um, as you mentioned, I wouldn't say I don't like nursing. I've had a very successful career. And I want to use the word successful as a red flag for any nurse who's out there. Uh,
Yeah.
because to be honest, when you all are using the term self love, I
Hmm.
can admit that that term did not really touch me and I really didn't know what that meant. But I will say that for those of you who feel that you love yourself, because working hard is rewarded in our
Hmm.
culture, in our community. Successful
Hmm.
people are rewarded. We receive so much validation,
Hmm.
encouragement, and positive affirmation for overworking and being underappreciated.
Hmm.
And that's just the truth. And so if you speak to many nurses in particular who are in this situation, a lot of them won't say that they don't love themselves. We won't say that we don't love ourselves because based on the evidence of our life, it would suggest that we love ourselves quite a bit in the fact that we're working a lot, we're creating a successful home, we're able to put our kids in good schools. But one of the things that you guys have mentioning that I would like to touch on specifically is the fact that high income is not equivalent to wealth. And we have to honestly acknowledge that we as a people, we need financial literacy.
Hmm.
You guys have touched on it a few times in the show, talking about how to balance your life. But I would specifically say it's important for us to focus on financial literacy because I can say that for me, I became a nurse at the ripe young age of just 20 years old.
Hmm.
Very, very young. And I
Yeah.
went into my career without any financial literacy. Furthermore, I went into my career from a lineage of people who were impoverished,
Right.
right? And so, therefore, I had no one ahead of me who had really any experience with handling the money
Hmm.
that I would end up having to handle, right?
Hmm.
And so, therefore, because of my personal lack of financial literacy, I really did not understand the myth that working hard creates wealth. That the truth is, hard work is something is a myth that has been sold to us as a people to
Yes.
enslave us to a system to continue to build the businesses of other people.
Absolutely.
And while I wouldn't say that hard work is not important, I would I would certainly say that hard work is not really the path. And we as a people have to really learn how to learn financial literacy and understand how to make our money work for us. And recognizing that we as people, we work hard. You know what I mean? We as Black people, we work really hard. In particular, those of us in America. You were mentioning high blood pressure in particular, and I would argue that I feel that our people are at higher risk for blood pressure, not just because of our diet or lack of exercise. While those are important, I would argue that it's because those of us who are working hard, our bodies are in survival mode. It's called
Right.
fight or flight.
Right.
And our nervous systems are not set up to handle being in a constant state of fight or flight. That immediately when you get paid on Friday, that by Monday you don't have enough. And that you know that if you miss a few days of work, that you will not be able to take care of your bills. That is a constant state of fight or flight. And just imagine doing that for 10 or 15 or 20 years.
It's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable. And many of us, like your guest, I think Junior, tapped into the fact that it's detrimental to our health. But I would say that it's a silent killer.
Yeah, that's what Dr. Mira also said. I just took the word out because of YouTube, and I didn't want them to. Yeah,
Oh
she did
yeah,
say that.
yeah. And so it's something that we don't recognize is causing depreciation of our mental, physical, and emotional health. And again, our culture and our society rewards it. Our family loves it, right? We're the
What
people
can
who
we
can. Oh,
do, Dr. Nako? What can we do to encourage our people to understand that it is important for them? Because I've talked about this over and over. I've done shows about it. I've brought people to talk to people. What do we need to tell our people about how they need to prioritize themselves and take better care of themselves instead of working themselves to early graves?
I guess two main points I would say is, number one, we need to look at history, because I feel that because of our culture and many of us who have a strong foundation in our spiritual life, um, whether it be Christianity or whatever it is, we are sometimes sold the idea that we are supposed to suffer, long suffering, that everything comes at a cost, that if you feel good, it's probably because something's wrong, right? So I would say that the main thing is recognizing that if we look at our history, people who are wealthy currently, who hold the most wealth, if we look at it demographically and economically, they were not hard workers. That's just the reality of the situation.
They were smart workers.
They were smart workers, and they realized how to take advantage of the resources that were around them, whatever they were.
Yes. Yes.
In addition to that, they figured out ways to make their money work for them and use
Yes.
their wealth as a tool and a resource rather than chase it. Because if you chase it, you're going to be chasing it forever. And that's the goal. That's the goal, right? It's to keep you chasing that money. Yeah. And then I think the second thing is for me to recognize the value of our time and realize that our time is our greatest resource and that we will never get it back.
Absolutely. Especially for people who have kids. They grow
Absolutely.
up and they leave.
Yes. And I
And then
think,
you'd have become a stranger to your own child because
yeah.
they don't know you.
And I know that here in the US, one of the biggest myths that I would say that is sold to our people, Americans in particular, is that, we're supposed to work hard until we're 65. And then when we retire at 65, that's when we're supposed to enjoy our life.
Oh, please, please. Oh, my goodness. You just hit on something that I'm very passionate about. So I tell my friends and the people in my circle all the time, when we talk about travel, self-care, how we can enjoy our life and do things, they're like, oh, some of my friends, I tell them, I say, you know what, let me tell you something. Yes, do you have accountants as friends? I don't know if you have accountants. I have some accountant friends, and we know how accountants are, their eyes always on the dollar or the
Yeah.
pounds. It's always on the bottom.
Yeah.
So I sent to a friend of mine last week who were planning something together, and all of a sudden she pulled out. I'm like, no, you're not pulling out. Why are you pulling out? She was making excuses, and then I said to her, we're age mates. And I said to her, I said, you know what? You keep saving and saving and saving everything and looking at investment. Good stuff. It's good to invest. It's good to save. But let me tell you something. By the time you are 65, 60 and above, you can't have a good time anymore.
Right.
Your body will be tired.
Mm-hmm.
Your ankles and knees will be paining you. You cannot enjoy yourself anymore. So then I showed her some memories that we had. Oh my God, we need to prioritize creating memories, especially if you've got children. Something popped on my phone. You know how, Google Play, or if you have an iPhone, will remind you of what you did 5 years ago. And the thing popped on my phone. Abby, thank you so much for that. And I sent it to her. I said, look at the memories we created with our children 6 years ago. I say, how much? Just tell me how much you can pay for this experience. 6 years ago, our children, they were much younger. Look at them now. And I sent it to her. I was like, look at this. We were away. We went to Dubai or somewhere, and we had such an amazing time. It was fantastic. The children had a good time. And I convinced her. I said, if you keep putting money in your bank account or investing without living, you're going to be old soon, and you will not be able to enjoy or live your life.
Yes.
I changed her mind. She got back into the program. I was like, good girl.
Yes.
So I think it's very important to make that point about how you cannot enjoy yourself after 65. When you're 70, you are done.
Yes. And not only that, but like many of us would be lucky to get to 65.
Exactly.
Oh, please don't take Cynthia's comment out, please.
Where is Cynthia's comment? Oh, okay. Let me go back.
Please pin it back. I want to make a statement on that to promote that comment, because
yes,
she really touched on something that we all need to take home today.
Skill yourself, gain as much knowledge from your current company, and move on to another that pays you more to do the job. Work smarter, not harder.
Let me put it in the pidgin English version, since today is my pidgin English day. My obodooyinbo people, see, if you come, whether America, whether UK, whether anywhere, if the country, you they work harder than the way you work when you come originally, you they retrogress, you are not progressing. You understand me? If you come into this country, like you've lived in the UK for, let's say, 10 years, and the way you were working 10 years ago to live, and now you are working more than, you are not really progressing. It might not really be that your work has not changed. It's because you are not really taking advantage. We need to work to progress. That is why if they tell me today that somebody who just came to the US now is doing 2 jobs, 3 jobs, initially, I can even take it lightly. I go to laugh, because they never really see anything. Do you understand my point, Auntie B? Yes. Not at old age. Not at, when I mean old age, not old age in your actual age, your old age in the abroad.
Yes.
Do you understand me? Because what I'm doing now can pay for 4 jobs with my first job when I came to the US. Do you understand my point? What I'm doing now can pay for 4 jobs of what I was doing when I came to the US. That was why when I started my submission, if you remember, I started by saying that sometimes some people's situation, I'm not trying to justify it. I'm trying to say, even if your situation put you for a tight corner to be doing multiple jobs, work your way out of that situation. That is my point. We are not here to condemn anybody. All fingers are not equal. If I come stay here and I'm saying to you that there might not be 1 or 2 reasons or situation that put you on a 2 job situation as at today, I am lying to myself. Because
so the point is that, Brady, you're sorry to cut in. The point is that you can do 2 jobs when you are in your 30s. You can do 2 jobs when you are in your late 20s, but you cannot be doing 2 jobs when you are in your 60s. Come on now. You can't. You can't. I think that's what you're trying to say, that you need to have leverage yourself in a way that when you get to, like maybe when you are in your 50s and above, you are working smarter now, or even in 40s, in a way that you would have, taken all the opportunities that you have, so that you are not working. It's not hard work.
Yes. Yes, Auntie B. And the reason why I'm saying it and why I didn't just put it like only age is because, like I said again, sometimes when we've stayed in the country for too long, we are supposed to understand the system.
I
You
don't
know,
think some of us do. Some of
they
us
don't
don't.
want, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't want to understand the system. If you understand the system, wait till you know what you did not do 6 years ago. Just because you have gone to sign a contract that is now making you to go and put your hands where you don't pass. I don't know if you understand, Auntie B. You
I
know,
do.
I hope
And
they are getting it.
I do. I'm getting it. But another thing is that a lot of our people think that they have double lives. So you think, okay, I'm going to live one life successfully in the UK or in the US, Canada, wherever in the diaspora, and I have another life waiting for me in Africa whenever I choose to go. Sometimes it happens. It comes true for some people. But we're
Okay.
hearing stories of people that are dropping every day
Okay,
that
Auntie
they
B, I
never
know I'm
get to
taking so much
Canada.
of your time, but let me just use 2 minutes to give you a clear example of what I'm saying. Somebody whom I know living a good life with him and his family, yeah. He is a nurse, the wife is a carer. Example, they were living a very good life. The moment they put their hand into buying one house in a place here we call Valentine, very expensive. Okay,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happened was this guy is a citizen, the wife is a citizen, they've been here for a long time. Now they could not meet in order to meet
I
that
understand.
situation.
I
That guy,
understand.
what he did not do 8 years ago, now the guy is working in New Jersey as a travel, not even the travel nurse that go and come tomorrow. He will go there for 2 weeks. So I not ask him a question. No be juju be this. You buy house where you know they sleep. You went to stay in New Jersey. You are missing your wife because you think there's an extra 500 or 1,000 a week. When before you were living a good life here, you were spending time with your wife, with your children, you were here living better. And now, what are you living in New Jersey? It's living in a brothel, all those share room because you are travel. What are you traveling for?
So it's
Do you
not even
understand?
enjoying the house. It's
It's
not
not
enjoying
enjoying
the
the
big house.
house. So my point is it now you want to come and learn that trick? What you did not do over 8 years ago is now you are not doing it.
Some people is competition. They want to compete with their friends and their neighbors and their colleagues who are moving into a particular neighborhood where the houses are very pricey. Cut your clothes according to cut your clothes according to your size. I be how they say they talk am. Wear your clothes. Just do what works for you. You see, competition is where our wahala starts. When you start competing, you competing. It is well. Dr. Nicole, final words from you, my darling sis. Really appreciate talking to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much. I guess final words. I think you hit the nail on the head when you were saying act accordingly. Meaning, I guess the way we would say it here is you need to act your wage, right?
Yeah.
Brother Bo was saying that he was able to advance to a certain level, and we thank God for that. And it doesn't always work that way for some people.
Absolutely.
And with that
Mm-hmm.
being said, there comes a point where I think especially for I'll say for the men, right? Because I was married to a man for 20 years who had some issues with this, but it comes to a point where you have to recognize that you need to maybe cut down your lifestyle and stop trying to impress other people who really don't care for you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you're trying to make a statement to people back home, and you're trying to make them think that you have gotten to a certain level that you have not gotten to. And
Mm-hmm.
and even if you don't get to a point of wage where you can do the things that maybe perhaps you had foresaw 10 years ago, you can definitely put work into decreasing your lifestyle so that it fits
Mm-hmm.
into what you can afford. It's
Mm-hmm.
not worth the stress. It's not worth
No,
the
it's
stress.
not. It's not. It's not.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate you for joining us today. Please call us more often. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you, Auntie B, and have
All
a
right,
wonderful
sweetheart.
day.
Take care. God bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, that was Dr. Nicole from the United States of America. We have people of timber and caliber in this place. So you got to know that. So, see, doctors everywhere, professionals everywhere. We are not playing here, guys. Listen, oh, if doctors are giving you advice about your health and well-being, if you not like, make una no listen. Anybody will like make you just think, say, oh, Jane, one thing that kept ringing in my ear when Dr. Miran shared that story was that she said, make her just walk till November. They advise this woman, say, calm down now. This na night, oh, she was doing nights. 12 nights at a row. 10 nights. You go come rest only one day. Araman first in me. They were advising her, please cut down. She said, no, I will do my project. When I finish my project in November, now you get your life. This life does not belong to you. It doesn't. You need to look after yourself. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ o. Ká má rèrè iṣẹ́ wa o. Make other people go chop wetin we dey labor for. Make God no let us work for other people to enjoy. Because it's happening to a lot of diasporans. So please pay attention to what people are saying. 12th night. 12th night you go dey work. Kí ló dé? Thank you, AS, for this wonderful message. I really appreciate. Oh, that was so beautiful. Thank you. Okay, Ada, you are next in line for a miracle. Welcome. Thanks for your patience.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, my darling. Where are you joining us from?
I'm joining you from Coventry, UK. Yeah.
Hey, it's a lot of US people tonight. Finally, we have somebody apart from Honey Babe and Cynthia from the UK. Welcome.
Thank you. I want to say, first of all, happy birthday to you, and thank you very much for your shows. It's been very inspiring since I started watching your shows last year. So I'm happy to call in for the first time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Welcome.
Yeah. So basically, I just wanted to touch on a bit about this just similar to this person that just passed on or deleted. So I just had a similar episode myself last week. So basically, I had just worked, because I work in the ED. I just worked 12-hour shifts and had one day off. And on the Tuesday, I felt unwell. I kept telling myself, I think you need a break. You need a break. And
Are you a nurse or a doctor?
I'm a medical doctor. So
right.
I kept telling myself, you need a break. But I said, let me just push. Then I went to work. And to be, for the first time, I felt I was going to die. The reason is that I started feeling shortness of breath. And bear in mind, my situation is different because I'm also almost 7 months pregnant. So I'm working and I'm trying to keep up and all that. So I felt I was going to die. So at this point, I told myself, no, you have to. And I called my GP at the hospital while I was on shift. I just went to a corner. I called my GP. They say, oh, you know how appointments are difficult to get. So eventually, I just checked myself to A&E. So when I checked myself to A&E, where they did an ECG and all that on me, my heart rhythm was erratic. It was as if it was something else. If there's a medical person on the floor, they can understand. I said I had bigeminy, so it was something that for me it was new, and at my age and everything, it was something that I'd never really experienced. So they told me that, of course, you've got to, they either maybe take medication.
You look very young in this picture. Is this you?
Yeah, that's me, but that's a bit maybe that's 2 years ago. But yeah, I'm about 31, so I'm not. I'm quite
you're a young girl. You're a young woman.
Yeah, so that's just it. So it was quite it was hectic for me. So eventually I had to take some days off. Basically, I'm still off. But the reason why I called in is that it's important for people to actually take time for themselves. You need to actually prioritize your health, because at the end of the day, if like I left work now in the last couple of days, nobody has called me. There's no, I mean, even whether you're alive or dead, or sorry, you're alive or you've deleted, no one is going to remember.
They don't care. Your colleagues don't care. Like Cynthia said,
exactly.
God forbid if person delete, they go send flowers to your family, and that's it.
That's it. So again, I had to be admitted in the AAC for that day, and they let me go home.
Let me ask you this, Ada. Why were you working so much, knowing that you're a pregnant woman? So, why were you doing such crazy hours?
No, but the thing is that I'm actually under a contract, and based on the way it is, that's the rotation. That's my rota. So we've got rotas in the ED and all that. So that's my rota. And of course, if you feel unwell as a pregnant
person, should they even have pregnant women in the ED? Is that safe?
That's a good question. But again, this is my first time working in that trust, and I tried to raise that up initially with the people and all that, and they felt, oh yeah, there are people working. Of course, I saw a couple of pregnant people working there, but they tried to give you some concessions in terms of you cannot do some things, you can do some things. However, the rotation is still the same. You have to go to work, the rotation is just the same. And I barely could have like 5-6 hours sleep at night and all that. So imagine doing that back to back. So it really took a toll on me. My OSS is that everybody needs to look after themselves, especially those that are working in the healthcare field. Brother Bio said something as well. Before I got this job, I was working in another place. Another thing is the contracts people don't look at. The job I was working before this one was even worse in terms of when I signed the contract and left Nigeria. I didn't understand what 0 hour contract is. I didn't understand, opting out of working time directive. And then I entered, and I used to work 168 hours a week. And to be
Chineke.
so, I mean,
Chineke.
Jesus of Nazareth.
it was
Jesus of Nazareth.
it's
Now,
crazy.
wow, a
I'm
week?
telling you, this
Jesus.
is real. But
Hmm.
again, what
No,
I'm saying,
if you
this
did say
is
it, I will argue it.
no. I know what my contract says, and
No, I know, I know. I said if you didn't say it, I
yeah,
will argue it with him.
exactly. So the
Did they
level of
recruit
my
you from Nigeria, Ada, as a
yes,
medical doctor?
Yes,
yes.
now
Initially, when I first came, so there's a recruitment company. I won't name them that
they were
recruited. So I started
sponsoring
working.
your
Yes,
stay. Yeah.
yeah. So
Mm.
initially, when I first came, so I had to, when I now got into the job and I worked, doing that 68 hours a week, but then you're off for a couple of days, like you're off for 1 week as well. But if you calculate
Mm.
the number of days you're off, and in
Hmm.
a whole month you're working double the amount of time, an
Ah,
average person, maybe
hmm.
triple an average person works.
America.
So at the end of the day, for me, I felt like I had to work myself out of that job, and it was a very tight contract. You couldn't leave in the first 3 months. You had to give them 3 months notice. There was a lot
Mm-hmm.
of things that everybody got to, people that were in that contract got to see. So eventually
Yeah.
I got myself out of it. So what I'm just saying in essence is that it's good to actually, read thoroughly, not just jump in as well. And again, I can't blame most people coming in, like they say, you want to jackpot from Nigeria. You come in, you want to leave as soon as possible. Those things, I didn't read it very well, but I'm in a better situation now. But I'm just trying to say overall, it's important to look after yourself, your health, your well-being, because if if even if you're doing whatever you're doing, your patients will be someone else will look after your patients. If you feel like, oh, you're doing private practice and you have special patients, you have to look at when you're not there anymore. When you delete, there's another person that will move. Your patients will be moved on to someone else.
Immediately.
So
You will move
it's
to
always good.
somebody else immediately.
Yes,
Thank you,
yeah.
Dr. Nicole. I appreciate you. She said, happy birthday. I appreciate all you do. You are saving lives. Oh, that's so sweet of you, Dr. Nicole.
Wow, thank you
Really
very
appreciate that.
much.
Thanks for the super chat. Let me ask you this, Ada.
Yeah,
Dr. Ada. Oh, we have so many doctors. Chai, beautiful
Ah,
women.
no,
Chai.
but a few years ago, when I told you
Yeah.
Obodoyibo is made of people
Timber
of timber and
and
caliber,
caliber.
you
Timber
don't
and
forget me made
caliber.
that comment. How many
Ayo,
years ago?
no, I don't forget you. Timber and caliber. Let me ask you, did you relocate here with your husband or your partner?
so my husband was already here before I came. But again, it's funny, we're both young as well. So we have similar jobs. That's it. So I have eventually moved on to a better job than that other job that I got that was 168
Right,
hours a week. So
right.
he's still trying to move out from that job. So again, we moved here independently. You understand? He moved here first, and then I came in, because doctors are in hard demand. They're always recruiting people a lot and all that. So yeah, so it's just something that people need to look out for. People, I'm sure colleagues, or maybe I know maybe some few colleagues I've seen people right up here that were probably in that same contract that I was. Most people have fought their way out of those contracts because it's hell. You understand?
Yeah.
So
And
it's
they can only give those contracts to you because they are recruiting you from abroad. They won't try with
exactly,
anybody here.
Even here, if you don't shine your eye too, you see, most of these recruiters, let me
Cyn-
just add to that fact.
Yeah, Cynthia is saying
Sometimes
people need to read their
they
contract
look at your
properly.
name. See, even in tech, I'm in tech now. By the grace of God, I've worked for the big five, big 50, and first 200. Now, one thing I will tell you, even here, some recruiters are so bad that when they look at your name, they will think you're a foreigner. They will look at your resume. They try it around with me too sometimes. They understand? Until I let them know that I have my citizenship independently. Because they already have this mentality that foreigners are prone to taking cheap job, conditional payment. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
yeah.
So,
I'm
yeah,
sorry, Auntie B. I just wanted to touch on what Brabio just said. You see, this thing they said. This is when I knew that these people were quite. One needs to look after yourself, because when they normally, even with this 168 hours a week, they'll still be asking you to take extra shifts,
Mm-hmm.
extra
Mm-hmm.
shifts, and they know. And there are some people, of course, this thing we are saying. There are many Nigerians that are still taking extra shifts on top 168 hours. They are taking like
No
maybe.
way.
I'm telling
Ada,
you,
please.
Auntie B,
No.
if I tell you
No
my story,
way.
no, you need
Where,
to.
where, do they sleep? These people
Auntie
don't
B,
want sleep. They
there
want
are
to have
people that
dementia
are
at
taking
40.
there are people that are taking extra hours. So when they're advertising these extra hours, they will state it like this: oh, Christmas is coming, Easter is coming. I know you have
No,
loved ones.
there will be Christmas next year and next year and next year. Every year there will be Easter.
I'm
It
telling
never
you,
stops.
and people
Ada,
are
thank
taking the
you.
tips.
Another Ada here. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you so much. Wow.
Yeah, it's real, Auntie B. It's real. It's real.
Please
And
take care of yourself. Are you giving birth now?
no. I'm still. This just happened recently, so I needed to call. So
Please, you need
I'm
to.
yeah,
That baby is priority. Okay, that
yes,
baby is your priority.
yeah,
If your husband is working, even
yeah,
if you need to take some time off and put your
yes,
feet up,
yes,
pregnancy is a full time job. Please
yes,
don't
yes.
do those
I'm actually
hours.
taking. I've taken some time off now, so I need to
Yes,
look after myself.
look
Yeah,
after yourself because trust me,
mhm,
you have a lot of work coming by the time that
yeah,
baby drops. So
yes.
save your energy, okay?
Thank you so much, Auntie B.
Thank
Happy
you, my
birthday once
darling.
again.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks for
Mhm.
calling us. Yeah.
All
I
right.
appreciate you, darling.
Bye.
Yeah. Please
Mhm.
call us again, Ada. Beautiful girl. Wow. So now here we reach show for the matter of my people, Obodoyibo lifestyle and the choices we are making. In summary, brother Bio,
Thank
I
you.
want to do this matter now so that we don't go
So
hear these stories again.
in
People just
in
they drop,
in
they delete.
in summary, if I not talk this last one, God no go forgive me. The
Mm,
area of marriage.
mm,
Please, I'm serious about this. So, what is the area of marriage? What I'm saying here is that marriage also play a very important role in our lifestyle.
right.
Okay,
Mm,
so I want to say that in as much as we are in this obodo yibo, we should understand the economic benefit of marriage if we have to marry. I'm not saying you must be married or you must be separated. Me myself, I'm not at the moment. But what I'm trying to say is that whatever your situation is, always try to bring the economic value into it. Don't be used. So because if you delete, just the same way we are complaining about black tax at
Transjane.
home, there's
Mm,
also white tax inside the obodo yibo.
mm,
So when you stay with a mogo park, I'm not saying if a man lost job partially, that one it happened to anybody. That is a different case.
mm,
When you are here, you must know two things. My fellow men, if you are not adding economically, you should try to add through physical support so that the woman will see your economic value. For instance, a woman who did 60 hours a week as a nurse at work and come home and the man don already clean ground, bath children, put for bed is better than the woman who did 40 hours at work and 40 hours at home, if that
mm.
makes sense.
So
So
you're
what am
saying
I
that make we dey support one another.
another? You know,
Mhm.
say Auntie B, you don't too know me. So tey if I dey even dey put the thing, I dey
I dey
try to dey
complete the
careful.
sentence.
You dey complete, I dey read my mind, you dey help me. I'm very grateful that you're able to help me to position it. Make we dey
Yes,
help one another. And may we
absolutely.
also know say no be only physical money be money. There
Yes,
is what we call economic value. That one
yes,
dey different. Like
yes,
for instance, I don't want to call somebody name, like somebody who call in today and say, okay, maybe I pay somebody to stay off my put my children to sleep. I pay somebody to do this. That is good. That's a good way because that person is single. But what I'm
yes.
saying now is that in a case where that person constantly get husband, where still
Mm,
they chop from that money small,
yeah.
instead of that money when one go pay to put the children to sleep, take care of the children, that man, you be that economic value. Step up your
your
game.
game.
Do
Step
you
up your
understand me?
game.
So that even if this woman come house, if they think of you, say blessing her to bagger this man straight to hostel, you go reason say, okay, you get what you they do. So more the help one and other. You know, that is where I will end for today on my own
Thank
side.
you
Thank you
so
very
much.
much, Auntie B.
Thank you, Brabio. Really appreciate your contribution and for co-hosting. You basically co-hosted the show with me. I'm grateful. Thank you so much for always being a voice in a generation where it is so difficult. I know some people come for you, they will say that you are feminist, you are this, you are that, but you are a good person. You have a kind heart. My prayer for you is that God will give you somebody who is deserving of your love, because the way I know that you are a father and you have a daughter, and everything you bring on this show is because you want your daughter to also be treated the same way. That's why you say all these things. You're not just saying it because you want to please us or anything. You're talking like a father who loves his daughter. God will continue to bless you. Thank you for being a voice for us, because it's not easy. One person cannot say it. So, guys, we're going to end the show here tonight. We've done 3 hours. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate your love. And sorry about how I started the show. I just needed to get that off my chest. And I feel so much better after I got that off my chest. Thank you for your love. Thank you for always supporting me. I can't do it by myself. And in conclusion, I'm going to say that, please, let us be careful the kind of lifestyle we are choosing for ourselves as diasporans. Yeah? People are not liking the show. We've had an average of 120, 1,200 people. And how many likes do we have? Just tell me that you've not been blessed, that this show has not really, you not learned something today. Please give us a thumbs up before you go out. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks to all the people that gave me super chats, cash app and all that. I appreciate you guys so much. It's my birthday. So yes, thank you for making me feel loved and valued. I appreciate you. If you are catching this on playback, you want to wish me happy birthday, send me cash app or super chat or PayPal, all the details, including you want to send to my Nigerian account is there. I will take it and I will thank you. Somebody said something that really touched my heart, because I always like looking at people's hearts. Somebody said something in the comment section. I can't remember the person's name. He said, Auntie B, I don't have anything to give you, but I just want to pray for you and to appreciate you for everything that you're doing. Oh my God. Chai, I love people like that, because the Bible says that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Look at that. You don't even need to give me anything, because you said that already, and I know your heart is in a good place. God will bless you. See, you will have too much to give. Very soon, God will answer you. You will have too much to give by the grace of God, because you are a good person. Thank you so much. So, in conclusion, Joe, don't bite more than you can chew. Don't go and buy a house that you will come and be living in hostels, traveling and neglecting every other thing because you cannot pay. It is not important. Just do what you can. Live within your means. And listen to what, a lot of all our callers said today. Doing long hours doesn't equate to wealth, though. It's working smart. It's working smart. Thank you so much, Lady Jaguar. I appreciate you. Don't equate hard work to wealth. The people that are wealthy, it's not because it's those days that we say work hard, work hard. Now it's work smart. Work smart. You need to prioritize yourself, especially if you have children. Your children must come first. They didn't ask to be born. All of you women that are doing, you're working in healthcare, that's nurses, doctors, and all the branches of, healthcare workers. You need to prioritize your health, your well-being. Prioritize yourself. Take time off, please. Don't do 12 hours. Don't do night 12 days. Don't do 10. It's too much. It's too much. Don't do all this extra because you want to overbeg, you want to do send to this, send to this. If you delete, they go leave. Oh, they go carry on, they live their life. All this way you send money to for Nigeria. I'm not saying don't help your family, but your family will be all right. Oh, thank you, Sister Pat. I always appreciate you. God bless you. You are great already. Don't mind cash app. They are silly. Yeah. If you delete today, those people will live their life. Do what you can within your means. Bingpe, I know that. Thank you so much. Thank you, my darling. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for your help. Thank you for always supporting me. I don't take your support for granted. My able and honorable Aburo. Thank you. Yeah. Listen to all the medical practitioners that have come here to speak today if you don't want to listen to me. Because some people think I'm just talking nonsense here. It's okay. It's your opinion. But listen to the facts from the practitioners, medical doctors, and nurses that have spoken today. That house that you are building, I hope you are going to live in it. Whether you are buying it in the diaspora, you are buying it in Africa, I hope you are not buying for somebody else to live in. Prioritize, oh. Don't compare yourself to anybody. Cut your coats according to your cloths. Mm? Peace of mind, well-being is priority. Mm. And you brothers, lastly, all you brothers that are listening, I know you guys, some of you think that we have something against you, but we don't. Some of you don't like going to the doctors. Mm? You need to go check yourself out. Don't say, I don't want to. When was the last time you had your blood works done? When was the last time you had MOT done? When was the last time you went to check your heart, your kidney, your liver, and everything? Echo, thank you so much. You need to go. If you haven't done that in 2 years, go to the doctor. Because like you heard the doctor say, there are things that silently buy people. There's no sign. You will seem fine. You'll be eating eba like that. Our brother was telling us about the colleague that was eating eba every day, was eating eba. If that, our brother was not a good person who advised him to go to the hospital, he go just buy one day. They go say now witches and wizard. Go check yourself out. Look after yourself, because health is wealth. May God help us to make the right choices and, about our life, about our situation. Sister Pat, oh my God, that's a mighty, mighty big super chat. God bless you. Thank you so much, Sister Pat. I appreciate that. 99.99. Wow. I'm so blessed to have you, all of you in my life. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, Sister Pat. Cynthia, don't worry. We are connecting soon, she said. Can your auntie ever? Oh my God. Thank you so much, Cynthia. Yeah, I know. Thank you. I love you right back to the moon. I'm back. Thank you for your support. Thank you for always holding me up. Thank you for, always supporting me. All of you, Obodo fam, both in the UK, in the US, Canada, wherever you are in the diaspora, and those of you in Nigeria as well. In Africa, everywhere, Kenya, everywhere. I love you guys. I appreciate you. We are not going to buy before our time. Oh. See, all this work, where would they work? All this labor. Now we go enjoy them. We will not labor for another man to inherit. We will not labor for another person to enjoy. Now we go enjoy our money by the grace of God. But it starts with you prioritizing your well-being, your health. So that video that Dr. Mary shared with us, I posted it on YouTube. Now, if you check my channel, you will see it. It's only about 20 minutes. Share it with everybody that you know. Let them take the lessons, and please give us a thumbs up. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you. I love you very much. Brother Bio, nothing do you. You know now, you be our pa all day, every day. We love and appreciate you. Thank you so much. Have a good afternoon. Have a good evening. And I will see you soon. Yeah. Oh, Cynthia say, allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy. Cynthia, your own, eh? I don't even need to say anything. You love enjoyment past me. I used to think I'm the minister of enjoyment before I met you. Thank you, everybody. I love you guys very much. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so. If you've been watching and you've never subscribed, give me a birthday present by subscribing. Like the show, and God bless you. See you guys soon. Bye, guys. Have a good afternoon. Have a good night. Bye.